From the Chocolate Mountains to the Sea of Cortez, all along the border on a Friday night, it's exciting Imperial Valley football on VSN, your Valley Sports Network. Ladies and gentlemen, here we are at Shimamoto-Simpson Stadium celebrating the Desert Classic, the 2025 League Finale, and it's featuring a great game as the undefeated Imperial Tigers, 9-0 overall, 3-0 in league play, and the visiting Holtville Vikings in their first trek into the Imperial Valley Football League come in with a 3-0 one-loss record in league play after defeating Calexico, Central, and Brawley, now taking on their former Desert League rival here in the Desert Classic for the league championship. At Shimamoto-Simpson Stadium, this is Vic Carrillo, your color commentator, along with play analyst Ruben Castro and our play-by-play man, John Moreno. Ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome Ruben Castro to give us a synopsis of tonight's game plan involving both teams.
Hey, Vic, thank you very much. You know, I think today Holtville's going to come out and do what they do. They're going to come out and they're going to run, they're going to bang, they're going to run. They got these huge monsters in the front line who are just, in my opinion, unstoppable.
Well, they have the leading rusher in the San Diego CIF section in Enrique Armas, who has close to 2,200 yards rushing. Shades of Royce Freeman from Imperial 12 years ago. But on the other side of the ball, the Tigers come in with a very balanced attack with Tone Ureña, the sophomore quarterback, with 1,800 yards at passing, and that standout sophomore, Darren Wessel, who has 1,400 yards rushing to his credit. He's been nursing an ankle injury in the last 3 games, so he's seen limited duty, but that hasn't kept them from rushing for over 150 yards in each game, leading the Tigers to victory. Well, they've got a standout receiver, and I'll just mention him before I turn it back to you, and that's number 3, Gio Robles, 6'5", 190 pounds. He's already received Division I interest, particularly San Diego State, and he comes into the game with 39 receptions on the season. He's a talented one. Take it from there.
Well, you know what? It's going to be a hell of a game. You know, like you said, Wessel's been nursing that ankle injury, but in having a couple of talks with his buddies, they say he's ready to go.
You know, I correct myself. Gio Robles with 53 receptions on the season thus far. So he's the leading receiver along with Mario Gagiola and TJ Reese. So you're doing good right now. Are you dancing here?
All right, I'm kind of dancing here trying to get to the camera.
Okay.
Hey, well, you know what? I stood next to Gio right now as he's coming in with his dad, Gilbert, and Gio is a monster. He's just huge standing next to him. His dad was big.
Yeah, well, Gio's tall and lanky, an outstanding basketball player as well, and he utilizes his height and jumping ability to come up with those pass catches that makes him such a threat, but also it's an easy and great target for the sophomore quarterback, Ureña.
And how appropriate on Halloween that we say he's a monster. And this is the Desert Classic, folks. This is Imperial. This is Holtville. This used to be the rivalry in the Desert League many years ago. Now in the Imperial Valley League, they're getting it on for first place. And we just want to see an exciting game, defense, offense, and just sticking it to each other.
Ladies and gentlemen, 1,000 apologies as overlooking on my shoulder, John Moreno. John, welcome to the broadcast.
Well, I'm here. If it wasn't for me, you wouldn't be here. Anyway, so I think we're going to see a multifaceted Imperial attack and then the ground and pound of Holtville. And they still got a good passing game.
There's an old saying, whoever has the ball last has the best chance to win. What's your take on that, and what are some of the keys that the Imperial Tigers need to do to pull out a victory tonight?
Well, the keys to Imperial, I think, is to score early, score often, because they've been racking up them points, and so has Holtville. So the keys to this game, I guess, just throw the record books out and let these guys go at it.
Well, Coach Shaw is great. I know he's going to want to control the ball. He's going to want to keep it away from Holtville's hands because Holtville has this explosive offense that could go off at any moment.
Well, speaking about that explosiveness, first of all, making comparisons. Calexico's played both Imperial and the Holtville Vikings. They opened up the season, the second league game, with Imperial. They were close at the half, and then Imperial exploded in the second half and pulled out a 35-7 victory. On the other hand, last week, Calexico and Holtville were trading touchdowns back and forth until they got to 14, and that was in the first quarter. And then Holtville exploded for 49 points in the first half. They finished the game 58-14, and it probably could have been worse. They emptied their bench. They brought, as far as on the offensive end, and so if you make comparisons or you throw those out the window, this is a whole brand new ball game in this intense rivalry that's been rekindled here in Imperial Valley League play.
It's going to be an exciting game for the fans out there. That's Holtville and Imperial with their explosiveness and balanced attack, and then Holtville with their power run. And I never saw the pass last week when they were against Calexico because they were running all over them. But I expect to see some passing from them again.
Okay, John, what say you?
Well, the same thing, Vic. What we have here it's going to be an exciting game. This is for the league championship, the first time in history. Holtville and Imperial in the league. And, of course, our counterparts, Will Torres and Ron Rubio, are down at Central for the Bell game, which is also the granddaddy of them all in the Imperial County.
Hey,
well, when you talk about history, John, Imperial and Holtville were last in the Imperial Valley League in 1959. And then because enrollment really took off with Central, Brawley, and Calexico, the Tigers and the Vikings went and played in the Desert League, Desert Mountain League, the Chaparral League, etc. through the 70s, 80s, and 90s. Once they were back in the San Diego CIF section instead of the Southern section, then they had the Desert Mountain League, including Mountain Empire. And but now, here they are, Holtville, after 2 successful seasons, going 10-0 last year, losing in the first round in CIF against the St. Augustine Saints in the first round. That was an upset. Here they ran the table, only one bump in the road, and that was against Mission Bay, their 4th game of the season, whereas so they come in with an 8-1 record. The Tigers, though, have run the table all season long. They've met all challenges, and so they come in with a sparkling 9-0 record.
And we'll be back with more in a minute on VSN.
Centro Motors has amazing specials for you. Get $1,500 cash back plus interest rates as low as 0.9% on the 2025 Explorer. Or if you prefer the F-150, get vehicle trade-in assistance plus rates as low as 0.9% on the new 2025 XLT and STX models. And don't forget, we have a great selection of Super Duty trucks, the best pickups to get the job done. And remember, if you don't come see us first, we can't save you any money. It's just that easy.
Cattle Call Week is here, and Las Chabelas is a spot all weekend long. It all starts Friday, November 7th, with La Cachimba live on the patio at 8 p.m. Saturday, keep it going after the parade with Pure Magic and Aron Rubalcaba. Then Sunday, wrap up the weekend at the Rodeo Tardeada with Richard Diaz and Los Continentales at 3 p.m. And don't miss the Sunday buffet. Breakfast 9 to 11:30. Lunch 11:30 to 3. Las Chabelas, 749 South Brawley Avenue. Celebrating cattle call the way Brawley does it best.
Well, we're back here live, Vic, at Shimamoto-Simpson Stadium. This is for all the marbles here in the Imperial Valley League. Holtville and Imperial. We've been waiting for this for the last few weeks to see what is going to happen tonight.
Well, John, last time we were here was Calexico versus Holtville. Imperial, and it was homecoming night. Tonight, the Imperial Tigers are celebrating senior night, not only introducing the senior football players, but also the senior band members, cheerleaders, and ASB leaders, and what have you. So the crowd is fired up. The grills are turned on. You can see that smoke coming from the carne asada booth, and the hamburgers on the far side of the field. A beautiful night for football. Ruben, what else could we ask for?
You couldn't ask for anything better. I mean, this is high school football at its best, Vic. The crowd is cheering. They're very loud, and it's going to get much louder once the kickoff happens in about 1 minute and 50 seconds there. You know, it's...
Well, all the stands on both sides of the field are filled to capacity. The Holtville Vikings travel very well as their side of the field, the visitor side on the west end, on the west side of Shimamoto-Simpson Stadium, which runs in a north-south direction. They're filled, as well as the central side here. And then you've got the canal bank behind the bleachers, John, of your favorite guests watching the game.
The tailgaters. And I'm sure they're enjoying their favorite beverages out there too as well.
Okay, John, I know we don't bet here on live on camera, but let's get a prognosis. Ruben, who do you like for tonight's game?
You know what? It's a tough one to call, Vic, because...
Well, that's why we're here with the mics. We make the tough calls.
But if it were up to me, I think Holtville has that huge line that could push many defenses around. And Imperial, they have a very, very good defense. They're very fast. They have this team quickness to them, which might just be able to overwhelm those big guys on the Holtville side.
And John, what say you?
Well, if I'm going to drop a Jackson, I'm going to probably go with the home team. Consider they're ranked 16 and Holtville is ranked 18 in the CIF San Diego section.
Well, you know, when you talk about senior leadership, Imperial comes with 22 seniors, 6 juniors, and 15 sophomores that add a lot of enthusiasm and energy. The Vikings have 12 seniors, but they're an outstanding group that have been playing varsity football since they were sophomores, and they're used to winning. You know, they won the Desert League as sophomores, defeating Vincent Memorial on a last-second touchdown scored by their sophomore quarterback then, Alonso Cuevas, and made a deep run into. In fact, I think they won the CIF championship.
They did.
Last year they went undefeated in the regular season, dropping a tough loss, 14-7, to the St. Augustine Saints at Holtville in the first round of CIF. And here they come into tonight's game, 8-1. They have 12 seniors, 16 juniors, and 11 sophomores. So there's kind of like a balanced mix. So
that's all fine and dandy, Vic, but we still haven't heard who you like.
I like the Vikings.
Well, that's 2 out of 3, John.
So as we get set for the game, tonight's referees wearing the white hat is Gene Martin. His crew is Michael Garcia, the umpire, Lloyd James, the head linesman, Randy Ross, the line judge, and John Robb, the back judge. An outstanding officiating crew for tonight's game. The captains for Holtville are 0, Axel Gomez, the linebacker, number 75, a left guard, Ian Suarez, number 43, a linebacker on defense, Fernando Udem, and Abraham Apodaca, the right tackle. And that's number 59 for the Vikings.
And Imperial is just about to hit the field coming out of the tunnel here. Leading the pack is Darren Wessel.
He wears jersey number 2, John, only a sophomore, 1,500 yards rushing. Admas, number 5 for the Vikings, over 2,200 yards and 24 TDs. So they're both scoring machines. They can score from anywhere on the field. There's no field that's too large for them as they make it look like they're playing in the front yard.
Well, they're both speedy, they're both shifty, and you got to just come to balance when you get in front of them and let them come to you. Go to them once they make the move.
Well, the crowd standing in anticipation of the Tigers, and here they come.
And one thing about these two teams, they're well disciplined, they're dedicated, and they have the football IQ to make this going to be a great game, Vic.
Well, the Tigers are fired up, wanting to taunt the Vikings, but you got to play the game once it starts. It's not who yells the most or who can point fingers. But John, it's gonna be a Desert Classic, and it's the namesake of this game. You had the Bell game, the battle for the border last night, won by Vincent Memorial over the Calexico Bulldogs 49-14, and you have Southwest hosting the Calipatria Hornets.
But tonight, what we have is for first place in the IVL.
If you played marbles when you were young, John,
yeah,
this is for all the marbles.
This is for all the marbles. Exactly.
I'll tell you what, when the season started, did you think it would be Holtville and Imperial playing for everything?
We didn't. Number 3,
no, it's usually Brawley and Central.
The captains for Imperial are number 3, Gio Robles. Number 24, Gerald Washington Walker. Number 52, Levi Mincher. And number 62, Jordan Malik. Go ahead, Ruben. I apologize. Finish that thought. We never thought we'd see Imperial and Holtville playing.
Yeah, you'd usually think it's one of the big schools like Central, Brawley, Calexico. But here it is, Holtville and Imperial, with a great crowd on both sides. They're both very loud again. Holtville got fired up when they saw Imperial come out. They stood up off their bench and came towards the field, and the challenge is on. I can't wait for the kickoff, Vic.
Yeah, they're looking good. You're looking good. So is John.
Yeah, always, man. So right now they're getting ready for the coin toss. Gene Martin addressing both captains for both teams.
Speaking of Gene Martin, he's wearing the white hat, the head referee. Michael Garcia is the umpire. Lloyd James is the head linesman. Randy Ross is the line judge. And John Robb, the back judge, representing the Imperial Valley Football Officials Association. An outstanding crew. And I think John Seaman's crew is over at the Bell game, John.
And Joe Apodaca's out there at the 40-yard line filming everything. Man, that man is something special.
And so is Panchito Garcia filming for VSN.
Yeah, well, Joe Apodaca, principal of Calexico Imperial High School. I worked with him back in the day where he was our head football coach, and now he's up here leading the ship in Tiger Country.
And doing an outstanding job.
Absolutely.
As an administrator, has an outstanding administration team. Faculty, they put the students first and foremost.
Always.
Remember, when we talk about student athlete, we also talk about the student body and academics.
Imperial has won the toss, and they'll defer, and they'll be kicking off to the Holtville Vikings as we get started in just the next 10-20 seconds.
So the Tigers in white pants, red jerseys with white numerals, red helmets with a black and white stripe down the center. The Vikings in all white uniforms with green numerals and school bus yellow helmets. We'll now pause as we honor the country of the United States with the playing of the national anthem.
Right up the middle, and he is gone now. Touchdown for the Vikings. Robles over it, Robles! I think touchdown, Robles! We're back here live, getting set for the kickoff. Imperial kicking off the Holtville Vikings. And getting set to kick for Imperial is Lucas Mora, number 26. And the Vikings are now taking the field. Back to receive that kickoff is number 22 and number 23 and number 28. That is Marcos Garcia and I don't have a 28, Vic. Oh, 88, Alan Carrillo.
88, Alan Carrillo,
Okay,
standing inside the 5-yard line.
Here to the near side.
So kicking off, Lucas Mora. Ladies and gentlemen, get your favorite chair out, your favorite beverage. We're ready for a barn burner.
End over end. Carrillo inside the 5 will take it up. 10, 15, and brought down pretty hard by number 9.
Number 9, that's for the
Tigers.
That's Samuel Rubacalva, 6'3", 185. Rubacalva with 72 tackles this season. He's a senior and a standout to boot. So offensively, the Vikings will go with Alonso Cuevas at quarterback, number 4. The running backs are Enrique Armas along with Kai Estrada. The wideouts are Alan Carrillo, Braxton Buscaglia, and the tight end is Braden Terrell.
Cuevas to Armas. And right there, Rubalcaba, number 6 for the Tigers in on the stop. Number 6
is Adrian Cortez. He comes in, according to Max Preps, with 39 tackles.
No gain on the play.
Offensively, they go with Rafael Morel at center. Left to right, they go with Suarez Guerrero.
Armas finds a big hole up the middle on a 2nd and 9, gets a first down and more, takes it to the 33-yard line.
Tackle by number 4, Mario Gajola. Gajola, a senior, and a hurry-up offense employed by the Vikings.
So 1st and 10 for the Vikes. Long count. Pass to the left flat, incomplete.
Oh, it's going to be one of those games, John. Hard hitting, man. And that's the way it has to be in order to win this one.
Yeah, it'll come up with a 2nd and 10. .11:05 remaining, first quarter. Alonso Cuevas out of the shotgun. Hand off to Armas, and the Tiger defensive line is there, allowing only a couple of yards, bringing up a second.
That defensive line led by number 62, Jordan Malik, and number 52, Levi Mincher, along with defensive tackle number 24, Gerald Washington Walker. Now that's a football name for you, Ruben.
Yes, it is.
3rd and 8 for the Holtville Vikings. Alonso Cuevas, pitch, Armas, right side. Takes it to the 40 and brought down by number 13 for the Tigers.
That brings up a 4th down, John. A moment of decision, Ruben.
Well, if
here with 10:16 remaining in the first quarter, do you punt or do you go for it?
Gianni Robles on the stop.
Well, you know what? Holtville's just probing that defense, trying to find a weakness. They came up the middle, they threw a pass, and then they threw that little pitch to the outside. They're trying to find how to attack this off of this.
Well, 2 outstanding coaches tonight and former quarterbacks for their respective high schools. Jason Turner for the Holtville Vikings and David Shaw for the Imperial Tigers.
Vikings are going for it on 4th down. Another pitch to Armas, and he gets the first down as it looks like a rugby scrum. They're taking it to about the 48, and it's electrifying the Holtville side.
Well, mano a mano, the battle of the trenches.
Well, you know what? He got right behind
Here
those
I
big
come,
boys.
get ready or not.
He got right behind those big boys, and those big boys just pushed their way for an extra 7 yards.
And those big boys are number 55, Abram Apodaca, 56, Oscar Moreno, 71, Max Guerrero, and number 75, Ian Suarez. And the anchor is the center, Rafael Morro, number 62, only a sophomore.
1st and 10 at midfield. Cuevas dropping back. Airs it way deep. Number 7, Kai Estrada, incomplete, looking for a flag as Kenneth Tirado was all over him like a cheap suit.
Yeah,
I'll tell you what, that's
if
great
Estrada
defense.
would have continued running instead of stopping, he might have had a better chance of catching that ball. Also underneath, number 88, Alan Carrillo, running a post pattern, was wide open.
Flag now, a late flag.
It looked like the receivers quite a bit taller than that safety, and it looked like they were trying to just lob that ball up there and have him go up and get it.
Well, Ruben, we had a flag thrown over here in the secondary of the Tigers. No Vikings were there. They had already returned to their huddle. Was it against the Tigers or an inadvertent flag?
Well, let's see.
Unsportsmanlike.
Okay, Gene Martin wearing the white hat
Imperial.
calls unsportsmanlike
So that'll move it
conduct.
15 yards to the 35.
But more importantly, John, it's the first down for the Tigers, for the Hornets, to keep this drive alive.
For the Vikings.
For the Vikings. Did I say Hornets?
Yeah.
Well, I'm calling all the mascots.
No, I can't correct you, Vic.
Okay.
1st and 10.
Last game of the regular season.
Cuevas. Armas. And stop there. Samuel Rubalcaba and number 6 also in on the stop.
Adrian Cortez with 39 tackles. Rubalcaba with 72 tackles. One of the leading tacklers in Imperial Valley for Rubalcaba. A pickup of only 1 yard on the play. It'll be a 2nd and 9. The ball at the 34-yard line. And the Vikings going from right to left. They're southbound here at Shimamoto-Simpson Stadium. Take it away, Ruben.
Well, these are two teams that play with all kinds of passion, John.
Dropping back. Cuevas looking to the right side. And that was number 7, Kai Estrada. But again, number 0, Kenneth Tirado. Good coverage on that pass pattern.
Well, you know, they've studied film all season of the Vikings, and there's no mystery to the defensive backs, and they've got to be ready. Now, Ruben, what kind of a defense would you be running? Cover 2, cover 3, or a zone coverage, and don't let anybody get behind you?
Well, you know something? They want to be in cover 3 to stop Armas and bring an extra guy up on the line.
3rd and 9, the ball at the 34.
Armas pounding his way. Big time, number 18 on the stop.
Number 18, that's Trey T.J. Reese, 69 tackles, John, and he's only a sophomore.
And he was in there on that one. 8:16 remaining in this first quarter. No score in the ball game. It'll bring up a
4th and 5.
4th and 5.
Imperial's playing with a lot of emotion out there, John.
Both teams are playing
High
with
emotion.
And even the fans are emotional here in the stands.
Cuevas. Play action. Carrillo, was he out of bounds? He was out of bounds.
Out of bounds.
And in there to guard him, number 4 for the Tigers.
Mario
Gaxiola. So Imperial will take over 1st and 10 at the 30-yard line.
So with 7:51, the Vikings come up empty. The Tigers will take over at their own 30-yard line. They'll be led by Tone Ureña at quarterback. He'll be joined in the backfield by number 2, Darren Wessel. They're both sophomores. The great wideout is number 3, Gio Robles, a senior, along with number 4, Mario Gaxiola.
Tone Ureña, 1st and 10 at the 30. Tigers got the ball. Darren Wessel comes out to the outside, finds a lot of room, tries to turn it upfield, and he'll take it to the 39. Pickup of 9 yards for Darren Wessel.
Wessel showing no hesitation in his running. That tender ankle didn't seem to hinder him there.
I didn't see any hesitation on that run.
Well, pick up 9 yards on the play. It'll be 2nd and a short 1. The ball at the 39-yard line. No score in the ball game, ladies and gentlemen, as this is the first offensive series for the Tigers after holding the vaunted Viking offense at bay.
2nd and short. Tone Ureña out of the shotgun. Darren Wessel finds a hole, Gets a first down as he takes it to the 44. A pickup of 5 for
Brought
Darren
down by
Wessel.
number 12, Andre Gonzalez. Gonzalez with 24 tackles. Let's talk about that Holtville defense. Number 0, Axel Gomez. Linebacker, defensive end, Tyson Abdullah. Wearing number 6. Number 12, Andre Gonzalez. 17, Asael Miranda. Number 19, Santiago Cerezo. We'll give you the rest of the defensive starters after this play.
1st and 10 at the 43. Tone Ureña, Darren Wessel. And Ureña looking to pass. Swing pass to Wessel, incomplete.
Coming out of the backfield, you had Wessel who couldn't hang on to the football, as you had Jackson Urangaray there putting pressure, along with Marcos Garcia, number 23. The remaining starters are Fernando Udom, number 43, the player of the game on defense against the Calexico Bulldogs last week, along with 44, Max Reese, Oscar Moreno, and 86, Andre de la Cruz.
2nd and 10.
Another player of the game.
6:34 remaining in the first quarter. Ball at the 43. Imperial. Ureña looking to the left. Pass is caught. Number 18.
TJ Reese.
TJ Reese lowers his shoulder and goes out of bounds after he crosses midfield at the 44 of Holtville.
You know, Imperial comes with 22 seniors, 6 juniors, and 15 sophomores, and 1 lone freshman. But those 15 sophomores are getting a lot of quality playing time at key positions. You know, this is developing into a dynasty for David Shaw for the years to come.
Well, he built up a team, and he doesn't need to rebuild as he's using those 15 sophomores.
Wessel finds a hole and picks up another 8-9 yards and takes it to the 36.
So, Ruben, your comments right now as they're on the move with a 2nd and 1.
Well, you know,
The ball at the 44.
Imperial Tigers, the front line is doing a great job of moving the Holtville Vikings back.
Wessel to the left side, toward the outside, gets a first down and takes it to the 31, a pickup of 5.
You know, number 62 out of Imperial, who is number 62 from Imperial, who is Jordan Malik, man. He came out and he blew out number 86, who was your player of the game last year. Andres de la Cruz sent him 3 yards into the defensive backfield.
1st and 10 for Imperial. In Holtville territory, Ureña with a pop pass. Gio Robles caught and takes it to the 25. A pickup of 6. 5:18 remaining first quarter.
Imperial's doing a great job of mixing the run with a pass, which gives Holtville a hard time trying to figure out what's going to happen next.
2nd down.
It's called balance.
Pass was caught. Number 18, is that TJ Reese?
TJ Reese, John.
And he takes it. Looked like it almost picked off by a Holtville defender.
Yeah, number 22 who is Braden Terrell. He came up fast. I thought he was going to take it to the house the way he came up.
Well, Reese comes into the game with 19 receptions for 244 yards and 3 touchdowns as he complements the talents of Mario Gayola and Gio Robles.
3rd and 3 from the 24, going in for Imperial. He's got trips to the left side. Looking to the left. Oh, and looks like he was hit pretty hard there as he let go of the ball.
That was number 6, Tyson Abdullah, putting that pressure from his defensive end spot.
He was able to tip the ball out of the quarterback's hands just as he was about to release.
And they're faced with a 4th down now and 3 yards to go. Ball at the 24. Do they call Lucas Mora to kick?
3 yards in a cloud of dust, John. Who made that
Heck no.
famous?
Was that Bum Phillips or Bear Bryant?
No, neither one. It was Woody Hayes.
Okay. And they're going to go for it with trips left. And they're going to call a timeout, and we'll be back with more in a minute on VSN.
Now's the best time to save big with IID's Energy Rewards. This October, IID will double your rebate when you upgrade to qualified appliances, air conditioners, smart thermostats, washers, dryers, and more. Energy-efficient upgrades mean lower bills and bigger savings. But hurry, this limited time offer is only available October 1st through the 31st for qualifying purchases made in 2025. Apply today at iid.com/rebates and double your savings with IID.
Celebrate the 2025 IVL Football Championship with a VSN Special Edition shirt featuring the Tigers and the Vikings. A must-have for every fan and supporter. Limited edition. Grab yours now at vsnsports.net/shop.
Yeah, country strike.
Back here live as Tigers with a 4th and 3 from the 24. Empty backfield. Everybody's out in the patterns. And Antonio keeps the ball and was not able to fool anybody, as coming in hard was number 6 for the Holtville Vikings.
Tyson Abdullah, their defensive end.
That was a great read by him.
Great defensive stop by the Holtville Vikings. Thus far, both defenses have risen to the occasion here in the first quarter, denying the opposing offense scoring opportunities. So with 4:15 remaining here at the Desert Classic, Holtville 0, Imperial 0.
And 1st and 10 for Holtville at their own 24-yard line. Cuevas to Armas. Armas runs into a whole bunch of Tiger defenders and brought down for a loss of, could be 2 yards.
So Samuel Ruvalcaba in to make that stop.
Ruvalcaba.
Okay.
No, Ruvalcaba.
You want me to pronounce the L or don't you?
No, it's only one L.
And don't forget to roll the R, Vic.
Okay, 72 tackles.
All right, he's good. He's a little stud there.
Cuevas dropping back to
Now
pass.
nothing. He decides to keep it. Goes up. Lowers his shoulder again. And it's like a pinball out there, you know.
And that was number 6 for the Tigers making that stop.
So,
Adrian Cortez.
And he gets a good 8 yards on the carry.
So that's Cortez's second tackle in the ball game, raising his total to 41 on the season. So it'll be 3rd and a short 2 for the Vikings.
3 minutes to go. Armas with a handoff gets a first down. He picks up 4. He'll take it to the 35.
And that was number 13 for the Tigers making that stop. That's Johnny Robles, a sophomore.
Boy, the crowd's loud tonight over here in Imperial.
It'll be a 1st and 10 for Holtville.
You're right, Ruben. The Holtville Vikings look like they're collegiate sized on the line.
Cuevas going to the air to the right side. Intercepted! That looks like Anthony Hellam picking up, Mario Gaxiola. Mario Gaxiola picking it up and giving the ball back to the Tigers deep in Holtville territory.
Gaxiola with his 6th interception on the season. He wasn't fooled by that down and out and up route run by the receiver Carrillo, and as a result, he cuts in front of the pass that was intended and makes the interception and returns it back to the 36-yard line of the Vikings.
So Imperial with a football. 1st and 10 at the 36. Tone Ureña with the handoff to Wessel, and Wessel's pounding his way up, getting 4 yards, almost 5.
Running behind the blocking of Levi Mincher and Jordan Malik. He gets 4 tough yards there as they run up against the heart of the Viking defense, which is led by Andres de la Cruz, Oscar Moreno, and linebacker Max Reese, along with Fernando Uram.
You know, the center's been struggling with a snap a little bit for Imperial, Vic. It's a little low. I think if he had put that ball right in his chest.
2nd and 6, Ureña dropping back, looking to the right side. And almost deflected, but Anthony Hallam was right there.
Yeah, number 17 for Holtville almost took it, who is Asael Miranda.
A senior, the cornerback. He almost had it and almost tipped the ball to the intended receiver, but it came up short.
Well, you know what? You teach kids to look a ball in. They look the ball all the way into their hands and back into their chest, and it looked like Asael there wanted to run with the ball before he caught that ball. Almost cost them a reception.
3rd and 6 for Imperial. Tonurenya rolling out this way, looking, airs it out, and couldn't see who comes. Was that Mario Gaxiola with the reception, and it looks like it's a first down for Imperial with a 1:40 remaining in the first quarter.
Gaxiola came into the game with 32 receptions for 623 yards and 4 touchdowns. He's an explosive weapon for the Tigers and the sophomore quarterback, Urenya.
1st and 10, they're giving it to Wesso. Wesso to the right side and stopped there by number 12.
That's Andre Gonzalez. Gonzalez only a sophomore. Wesso's a sophomore. We're going to see 2 more years of these two guys battling it out here on the gridiron.
You know, Wesso, he stops on a dime and turns that ball up.
2nd and 6 from the 20-yard line.
Well, the fruit doesn't fall far from the tree. His older brother, Brandon Wessel, was a standout running back for the Tigers several years ago.
Super strong kid. I saw him bench press 350 one day.
Well, the football only weighs 12
Wessel
ounces.
finds a lot of room, and he takes it to the 10 for another first down and a 1st and goal.
So it'll be a 1st and goal inside the 10-yard line.
Under a minute to go, 47
right at
seconds.
the 10-yard line, John.
Well, you know what? We've been here, 2-3 times for Imperial game, right? What do we see when they get down into the 10-yard line? We see that slant to Gio Robles back to the inside.
Yeah, that's right.
Well, the clock is running under 30 seconds remaining. Imperial taking their time.
Wesso stutter stepping and goes left. He's going to find some room, and he'll take it closer to the goal line as he takes it inside the 5 to about the 3.
So the clock's still running.
Wessel's going to take the ball down to about the 3-yard line. It's going to be 2nd down and goal.
That's the end of the first quarter.
It is, and so we'll be back with more in a minute on VSN. Ojeda Industries is here to offer solutions with exceptional products and services for all your agricultural, industrial, and power transmission needs. It's Ojeda Industries, hydraulic repair service in Brawley at 1698 Jones Street. Call us at 760-623-7299.
For more than 60 years, the Holtville Athletic Club has financially supported youth sports and activities. By involving our youth in organizing and working at our fundraising events, we're teaching responsibility, teamwork, and character, lessons that last a lifetime.
No cool? No problem. For over 29 years, Arctic Air has been keeping Imperial Valley cool. You've seen our orange vans around. Chances are your neighbor is already cool thanks to us. Call today to ask about our Comfort Club membership, and you'll never have to worry about your AC again. We're here for you 24/7.
Back here live at Shimamoto-Simpson Stadium. It's the second quarter. We still have 3 more quarters of great football left, and it looks like Imperial with a 2nd and goal from the 3-yard line, looking to punch in.
Well, John, they're not giving Robles any room there. They got a double team on him on that.
Well, they're going to give it to Wessel, left side. Touchdown, Imperial from 3 yards out. Take it to the house.
Well, with 4 seconds in the, with 4 seconds running off the clock here at 11:56 at the start of the second quarter, the Tigers draw first blood.
And one of the fans here from Imperial, Diego Favila, wants me to send a shout out to his buddy out in Sanford, Colorado, Mr. Joe Garcia. Can I hear it? Can I hear it? All right.
Well, John, here we
Swinging
go
gate.
with a swinging gate. As number 26 for the Tigers, Lucas Mora.
Snap set, and he splits the upright. And so with 11:56, Imperial has 7, and Holtville's going to get the ball. Calexico Wellness Center, your well-being is our top priority. We're a non-profit clinic bringing you trusted health care directly to your neighborhood. Compassionate care right when you need it. That's Calexico Wellness Center by La Fonda. Craving authentic Mexican food? Come out to La Fonda and taste their sizzling fajitas and their famous tacos dorados. That's La Fonda, where flavor meets family. By Arctic Air, beat the heat with our top-of-the-line York air conditioning systems at Arctic Air Conditioning and Heating. Stay cool and comfortable all summer long with unbeatable reliability. Arctic Air at 352-8855. And by Esqued Realty. Thinking of selling or buying a property? Trust the experts at Esqued Realty with unmatched local knowledge, offering professional and friendly service for 30 years, and they'll get top dollar for your investment or help you purchase your dream home. Esqued Realty, the mark of excellence. As we get set for the kickoff, Lucas Mora for the Tigers.
Johnny has 36 kickoffs into the end zone.
Look at that one. Way deep, and it'll go into the end zone again. Alan Carrillo not going to return it, and I'm sure Lucas Mora, the way he goes, maybe kicking on Saturday, and maybe one day on Sunday.
I'll tell you what, that was a beautiful kick, John, because he got all kinds of air under it.
Did you see that?
Yeah, no chance to return.
So the Vikings will come out. They'll be led by quarterback Alonso Cuevas, number 4. He'll be joined in the backfield by number 5, Enrique Armas, along with Kai Estrada, Alan Carrillo, and Brandon Terrell, the tight end, and wideout, number 8, Braxton Buscaglia. Morel, Suarez, Guerrero, Moreno, and Apodaca, the front 5.
Cuevas finds an open man at the 50. That's number 8, 40, 35, 30.
Braxton
25.
Buscaglia.
Buscaglia takes it to the house from the 20-yard line.
An 80-yard touchdown reception.
And puts us 6 points on the board for the Holtville Vikings.
So just like that, Cuevas to Buscaglia, and the Vikings are back in action as they narrow the gap to 7-6.
We talked about big plays that Holtville did a week ago.
And Holtville has been successful on 2-point conversions over 95% of the time on the season.
I'll tell you what, they did a good job of taking advantage of that corner, for not finding a spot. You know, that receiver was all by himself.
And that was a beautiful pass from Cuevas.
He threw that on the rope, didn't he, John?
Yeah, right there, where only he could catch it.
Well, there was nobody else around him.
That's what I mean. Logically. And so again, going for a 2-pointer. Under center. Cuevas, Armas comes to the outside and takes it in for the 2-point conversion. And so now, just like that, Holtville is up 8-7.
Well, you can't stop Armas with arm tackles there, John, and that's what happened right now. They try to get him with arm tackles. They got to get him down low.
Well, there was
and
a
wrap him
sense
up.
of they were stunned because, this is like a little shock. 80-yard touchdown pass.
Well, the good thing there is that they know what happened.
Yeah.
Imperial knows that they blew
We
that
may have an
coverage.
injured Tiger on the field. Tonight's game is brought to you by Sanders Architecture and Engineering. Discover innovation with Sanders Architecture and Engineering, from concept to creation. Trust Sanders to build the future today. Wishing all Valley teams a safe and successful season. By El Centro Motors. For unbeatable deals, head to El Centro Motors. Right now, get huge savings on all your favorite Ford models. Visit us today at El Centro Motors. And by IV Welding and Mechanical. Need expert welding and mechanical services? Trust the pros who get it done right on time every time. Call IV Welding and Mechanical today. Precision in every spark. Now offering crane service.
Well, the shaken up player was Jarrell Washington Walker, number 24, but he jogs off on his own, and so he's ready to go as number 4 for the Tigers is Mario Gayola, standing inside his 5-yard line.
Along with Darren Wussel.
Number 2. Two excellent kickoff return men.
And kicking for the Vikings, number 5, Enrique Armas. little squib, which will go out of bounds and be spotted at the 35.
Kickoff rolls out of bounds.
So the Tigers will come out with Ureña at quarterback. He'll be joined by Hueso as a running back. Wideouts are Gio Robles, Mario Gaxiola, Trey T.J. Reese, and Leo Morales. The anchor on the line at the line offensively is number 52, Levi Mincher, along with left guard Jillian Rosales, left tackle Ezra Favila, right guard number 62, Jordan Malik, and number 55, the right tackle, Maciel Robledo.
So 1st and 10 for Imperial.
So your thoughts thus far, fellas?
At the 41-yard line.
Speechless. Okay.
Everything we expected to see, Vic. Everything we expected to see.
Quick pass to Gio Robles. Takes it to the right across midfield. They're going to give it to him at the 49
He had to get to the 48 for a first down. Might be 6 inches shy, so it'll be 2nd and short. Do you give the ball to Hueso? Do you throw it to Robles or Gaxiola, Mario?
You can't go wrong with either of them.
Nope.
And dropping back. Ureña going over the middle in the seam, and that's Gio Robles. And just slightly overthrows him. I mean, Gio, 6'5" frame.
He was open. He was guarded closely by Marcos Garcia, number 23, a junior. But Robles had about 3 steps on him.
He had 3 steps, and the ball had 2 steps on Robles. That was a nice throw. It just was a bit long.
Well, what it did illustrate was that Robles can get open. Now it's just a matter of Ureña getting the ball to him.
Trips right. 3rd and a yard. Low snap, quick pass, and that one is there. Number 18, T.J. Reese. T.J. Reese gets a first down and more and takes it to the 30.
Tackled by number 21, Jackson Urungaray, with 37 tackles on the season. The defensive back making that stop. But an outstanding reception by Reese.
And Hueso with a handoff. Hueso picking up 5.
Running behind the blocking of right guard Jordan Malik and right tackle Maciel Robledo.
You know, in that last play on that pass, Ureña did a great job of showing run. I mean, it was almost like a play action, but he pulled it up. It was an RPO.
We have an update, 7-3 Central over Brawley in the ball game at Cal Jones Field in the first half.
2nd and 5 for the Tigers. Tone going deep, a man is open, and that is Anthony Hellam. Can't seem to hang on to that ball that time.
Everybody held their breath up here in the stands. It all became quiet for about 2 seconds, and then, whoa, did you guys hear that?
Well, you know, every receiver's been open on the passing plays. Now it's just a matter of the quarterback to dial in and become a little more accurate on his throws. He had a little too much zip on that one.
So 3rd and short, Hueso with a handoff. And not much there. Stopped there by number 3.
30.
Number 30, is that?
That's going to bring up a 4th down.
43 on the stop.
That's Fernando Uren,
So 4th and 5 from the 26.
the defensive player of the game last week in the Holtville victory over the Calexico Bulldogs. So you have a lot of studs out here on the offense and defense sides of the ball. Ruben.
That makes this game super exciting, John. Vic, you know, it's like you said, I'm almost speechless with the way these guys are
Tone
playing.
stepping up, going over the middle, intercepted, picked off. And that is number.
He runs like
number
9.
19. Is it 19?
That's Santiago Cerezo.
And he takes it all the way back to the Tiger 37.
Brought down by Tone Ureña, the quarterback, but not until a great run back on that interception by the Vikings.
The Vikings did a great job of blocking on that interception. They just turned it around and began to play offense.
Well, this is like a roller coaster of emotions for the audience here on both sides of the in the stands on both sides of the field, as one exciting play after another.
9:21 remaining in the second quarter. 1st and 10 for Holtville at the 37. That is Armas going up the middle. And stopped.
Tripped up by number 13.
A gain of 7.
13 of the Tigers, that being Gianni Robles, the inside linebacker.
Second down. Armas again going to the left side, finds a lot of room, turning it up the field, the 10, and he'll take it. Will he take it to the end zone? No, he's about a yard shy.
And it's all coming back, John. There was a block in the back on the far side.
Well, you know, that Artemis can razzle and dazzle, zig and zag. He's an exciting and impressive runner, Ruben.
Well,
you said he can stop on a dime and make that turn.
Just like Wessel, they could stop on a dime, make a turn, shift to the right, shift to the left, and break downfield again. And I'll tell you what, that's a very difficult man to tackle because you teach your defenders to keep the eye on the hip because the hip don't lie to you.
Now, Holtville was using a hurry-up offense, coming right to the line of scrimmage quickly. How does the defensive coordinator plan for that?
It's a no flag, and so it'll be a 1st and goal for Holtville.
Well, you practice it, Vic. And, it always comes back to the practice. You get a scout offense that could run that no huddle like.
Okay, do you have a standard defense, or you try not to get too fancy?
You try not to get too fancy.
1st and goal for Holtville. Armas with a handoff. Takes it into the end zone from a couple of yards out. Touchdown, Holtville.
Armas lowers his shoulder with 8:40 remaining here in the second quarter, and Holtville extends their lead to 14-7 over the Tigers. And as I mentioned earlier, 95% of their extra point attempts are running conversions.
They run behind those big old linemen. They have that power right, power left, what other people call heavy right, heavy left, whatever you want to call it. It's a power offense.
71 that's 71, a man among boys there, that big fella.
He's usually the left tackle, John.
Well, they got him in the interior line.
Power right.
Two-point conversion. Roland Cuevas. And the pass is caught. The two-point conversion is good. Number 0 for the Vikings.
Axel
Gomez.
So the two-point conversion is good. What did they get, 20? It was just 14.
16.
It should be 16. There we go, John.
There it is. Yeah. Okay. 16-7 here in the first quarter. Second quarter, 8:40 remaining. And the Tigers.
Well, the Tigers need to rise to the occasion, John. That's what they need to do. They got picked in the Holtville end zone. They got run back like 60 yards. And then they scored on the second or third play.
When Rick Aboud used to coach here at Imperial, football and basketball and baseball in the 80s, he really capitalized on the eye of the tiger in the Rocky movie. They'd play that as a warm-up song, just to get the team and the fans fired up.
Well, they got to be able to maintain the emotion they started with. The Imperial Tigers, I'm saying. They started off with all this emotion, all this passion for the game. They need to rise it up again.
So the Imperial Tiger fans on edge here. They're not accustomed to seeing their Tigers fall behind
they're undefeated.
Early and this quickly, 16-7. But I'll tell you one thing, John, the Holtville Vikings are for real. Their lone defeat was in the 4th game of the season, where they went in 3-0 against the 3-0 Mission Bay Buccaneers, and the Buccaneers won, and the Buccaneers have continued winning as they're still undefeated coming into the last week of the regular season.
And number 5, Enrique Armas will kick it, and that'll be Mario Gaxiola will pick it up inside the 20. Going to the right side. He's going to put on the speed, and he's going to take it down the far sideline. Jukin, and is out of bounds around the 35-yard line. So the Tigers take over 1st and 10 at their own 35.
8:29 remaining here in the second quarter. Holtville 16, Imperial 7. John, we've got a ball game here.
This is it. Imperial's got to put on a good show right now in this second quarter.
Celebrating senior night as Ureña comes back and wants to reatone, as Tone Ureña is, for that interception by Ceneso, and he'll be joining the backfield with Darren Wessel.
So 1st and 10 for Imperial. Tigers with a handoff to Wessel up the middle. Wessel pounds his way and gets 5.
Tackled by number 12 for the Vikings, Andre Gonzalez. Also number 69 for the Vikings, Axel Guevara Jr.
So it'll be 2nd and 4 for Imperial. 8 minutes remaining in the second quarter. Trips left. Gio Robles spit to the near side here. Wessel stutter stepping and then is dropped after he gains a couple yards.
That was number 43 for the the Vikings, Fernando Uren, a linebacker with 57 tackles on the season. He's a force to be reckoned with, Ruben.
Yes, he is, and I'll tell you what, that number 86 playing nose guard right up on the center is creating havoc.
And that's Andres de la Cruz.
3rd and 2 from the 33.
A junior with 42 tackles
43.
to his credit.
Wessel, not much there. Stopped and dropped by number 12.
That's number Andre Gonzalez, along with number 86, Andres de la Cruz.
It'll bring up a 4th and 2. The ball at the 42.
So, Ruben, were you a proponent of
45.
gang tackling when you were coaching on the defensive end, or?
Well, that's what it's all about, Vic. You know, it's getting up there, having the first guy come up with a hit and bringing everybody else and driving them into the backfield if you can.
In other words, you don't want them to be charged as spectators, charging admission because they're just watching the action.
Everybody's got to get involved.
Mario Gacciola punting. And we got 2 guys back there, Carrillo.
And number 23, Marcos Garcia. They're both standing inside the hash marks at the 20-yard line.
And Gacciola with a beautiful punt. And will not be returned. Takes a neutral bounce at the 20-yard line.
The ball down by Gio Robles, number 3.
So 6:26 remaining, second quarter. Holtville will try their luck on offense.
That number 71 for Holtville, he's just a sophomore, Vic. He's like 6'5", 6'6".
And what's that number 71's name?
His name is Max Hernandez.
Attaboy to all the grandmothers and tias out there. They want to hear that the young'uns name being called out.
1st and 10 from the 19. Cuevas to Armas, going to the outside. Armas is stopped hard by Samuel. Is that Samuel, number 6?
Number 6 for the Tigers, that's Adrian Cortez, a senior.
He's made already a couple of tackles already.
Well, he was able to shed that block and make that tackle and wrap him up. Otherwise, it looked like Armas was going to break another long one.
But he picked up 5 yards. Armas bring up a 2nd and 5 from the 24.
I'll tell you what, he tackled Armas the way they need to tackle Armas. He came down through the hip and kept the legs pumping. He wasn't even pumping once Armas was down.
Well, that's the one thing that's impressive about Armas as well as Wessel is yards after contact.
2nd and 5.
You're not going to bring him down with the initial hit.
Cuevas going in the air to Carrillo, incomplete. Guarded well by Mario Gacciola.
So they were running stride for stride down the far sideline in front of the Viking bench. Both the defender and receiver possessing outstanding speed.
It'll bring up a 3rd and 5 for Holtville. 5:37 remaining in the second quarter.
So you have a lot of individual talent here. The team that can bring him, make it more cohesive, and make it complete unit.
Cuevas, little swing pass to Armas, and not much there as he was well guarded in there on the stop, number 13.
13 for the Tigers is
Gianni Robles.
Gianni Robles, only a sophomore, the younger brother of Gio Robles.
And now Holtville will have to punt the ball away.
That was a great job of gang tackling right there, Vic. You know, that included Jarrell Washington Walker came up there and hit him down low.
And
So Armas will be standing inside his 15,
So
John, to
Armas
punt.
runs the ball, he kicks the ball, he punts the ball, he does everything but sell popcorn at halftime.
You know, he would have been a great candidate back in the 60s for the punt passing
There he
kick
goes, end over end
contest.
kick. Darren Wessel will not return it, and it'll go out of bounds around the, or no one go out of bounds. It'll be down at the 40.
Down by number 17, Asael Miranda,
It's at the 40.
a senior. So with 4:47 remaining in the second quarter, down by a score of 16-7, the Tigers will have a chance to get back into this ball game.
And in the World Series at the end of the 8th inning, Dodgers 3, Toronto 1.
Is Yamamoto still pitching?
I'd have to check.
Hopefully he is, because the bullpen has been suspect here throughout the playoffs for the Dodgers.
Chris Bassett is pitching.
For the Dodgers.
Oh, for the
Toronto.
Yeah. It just ended the 8th. So 1st and 10 at the 40. Ureña, Hueso, trips left. Oh, little hesitation there.
And a swarm of Vikings.
And helping there at the bottom of the pile.
And that was number 44, Max Reese.
And also
46 tackles on the season.
And number 6.
And number 6, Tyson Abdullah, the defensive end, coming in to make that stop.
So
Ureña took a little bit too much time trying to read that pass. There was the RPO. He was reading. He just took a little bit too long to give Hueso a chance to break free.
2nd and 11. That was a loss of a yard. Tone Ureña looking over here to Anthony Hallam.
Number 21, Jackson Urangaray, a senior defensive back covering on the play, had a chance for a diving interception, but couldn't come up with a football. It'll be 3rd and a long 11, the ball at the 39-yard line of Imperial.
Well, Ureña had a lot of heat on him on that one, especially from, who is this guy? Tyson Abdullah, number 6 for Holtville.
So 4:06 remaining here in the second quarter.
3rd and 11 from the 39. Hueso and Ureña in the backfield.
Score is 16-7 in favor of the Vikings.
Robles, Hallam, and TJ Reese here to the left side. Has time, and it's deflected. Is that number 6 deflecting that pass?
Tyson Abdullah.
Tyson Abdullah, number 6.
So it'll bring up a 4th down for Imperial, back at their own 39.
You know, it'll be interesting, Ruben, to see how the Tigers respond to this adversity, finding themselves behind for the first time in the season in a meaningful game and at a crucial juncture.
Well, it looks like the Tigers are really set and passing the ball on Holtville, kind of the way Mission Bay did.
Mario Axiola ready to punt the ball. He had a good punt last play. Another high snap.
It's effective if you can complete the passes.
End over end. Takes a Tiger bounce all the way over to the 25.
So, John, who's bringing tonight's ball game to?
Burgers and Beer. It's craving the perfect combo. Come to Burgers and Beer. What more could you ask for? Mouth-watering burgers, ice-cold craft beer. Visit Burgers and Beer. Taste it, love it, repeat. By State Farm. Accidents happen, but with Marianne Valenzuela Fenley, you're covered. Get the protection you deserve with personalized service and great rates. You're covered 50 miles into Mexico. State Farm with Marianne Valenzuela Fenley. And by CR&R Incorporated. Waste Management. Our eco-friendly services keep our community clean. CR&R, Waste Management, the face of a greener generation.
So the Vikings come out with Alonso Cuevas. He has 53 completions for 1,600 yards and 11 TDs.
And what do we have there? Another
Armas.
Armas comes into the game with 198 carries for 2,119 yards and 27 touchdown passes.
A gain of 5. Armas again. And this time nothing much there. And so it'll bring up a 3rd and 6.
So that was number 9 for the Tigers, Samuel Rubalcaba, who came in with 72 tackles. We'd like to remind everybody that legendary coach Kerry Laguerra will be our halftime guest.
And we also have Marco Peralta, who will be joining us too, the 3rd quarter.
Welcome, Marco. You better be good.
Armas running into the bench, but not after. Did he get the first down? Looks like he may have gotten a first down. And picked up about 8 or 9.
So how important is it to dominate at the line of scrimmage or have the advantage in the trenches?
That's everything, Vic. That's everything. That's what helps you move the ball downfield if you want to run. That's what protects your quarterback on the pass.
Armas again. Gains a yard, takes it to the 40. Bring up a 2nd and 9.
Number 10, Ernesto Vargas with 41 tackles in on the stop, only a sophomore, along with Danny Alcala with 53 tackles, another sophomore. So as I tell you, Ruben, the future looks bright for this Imperial Tiger defense.
So bright, I got to wear shades. Armas grabs 4. But the Tiger defense is putting it to him.
I'll tell you what, there was a hole right there, but number 10 for Imperial, is that number 10 there? Ernesto Vargas came in and just chopped the knees off of Armas.
Noah Larios, number 71, national wrestling champion this summer in junior wrestling in the heavyweight division, also in there to make the stop and playing the nose guard position.
Under 2 minutes to go in the second quarter. 3rd and 7, ball at the 42. Holtville. Cuevas and Armas in the backfield. Jumping off sides, the big fella.
We were just talking about him. Was it number 71, Larios?
Larios, Noah.
Noah Larios. That's the way you slow down that defense, Vic. Change up the count.
So it'll be
and on that
3rd and short now. The ball at the 47.
Well, you know, with these high school players during the course of the season, when they've changed the count, it's usually the offensive linemen that are going off sides. And here they were able to get the defense.
Well, these guys have discipline on Holtville.
3rd and short. Cuevas. Armas. And fakes the dive, and Cuevas takes it across midfield, gets a 1st down, and it'll be 1st and 10 from the 49 of Imperial.
I got to tell you, John, that sophomore, Gianni Robles, he's a great linebacker. He comes up there and he
got a nose
you.
for the ball. 1st and 10. Armas, left side. Finds a lot of run room, gets a 1st down and more, and takes it to the 35.
And Armas has a nose for the end zone, John. As his forward progress, he keeps churning up yardage as he moves downfield. He's like a runaway semi coming down the grade.
Well, there's 2 weeks in a row, Vic, that I see Armas running out of bounds before getting hit, you know, and makes you wonder.
Makes you wonder what?
Makes you wonder if he might be hurting somewhere and doesn't want to get hit.
There it is, Armas up the middle.
Well, there he.
But he stopped there by 52.
He silences the critics as he runs up the middle
52
and
on
takes
the
the
stop.
hit and delivers some hits on his own.
Levi Melcher.
So 1 minute, 5 seconds remaining here in the first half as the Holtville Vikings grinding it out on the ground, leading by a score of 16-7.
2nd and 7 from the 36. A little pitch to Armas, and goes to the outside, stop on the clock with 51 seconds.
Was that a flag there, John? Sure was. Holding on Holtville.
And that's going to bring it back.
And usually on that pitch to the outside, you'd think it's an offensive tackle. That would be number 71.
Larios.
Max Hernandez for Holtville.
Oh, you're talking about Holtville, yeah.
Holtville, yeah.
So they're marching it back. And they're going to put it at the 39.
10 yards from the side of the foul.
It'll bring up a 2nd and 14.
So the Vikings offensively, they go with sophomore number 62, Rafael Morrow. Left guard number 75, Ian Suarez, the left tackle. Max Guerrero, number 71, he's only a sophomore. The junior Oscar Moreno, number 56, right guard, and a senior Abram Apolaca.
And Cuevas looking. And he won with it, kept it. And
Quarterback keeps the ball on the play. He's ahead for a gain of about 4 yards.
so
Let's see his number. Is it 44? No, it's 18. TJ Reese making that tackle on the quarterback, Cuevas.
So Armas picks up a few. It's a timeout, and we'll be back with more in a minute on VSN.
Havens and Sons Trucking is located at 603 East Main Street in El Centro and is a business specialized in gravel, rock, stone, fill dirt, base, landscape rock, topsoil sand, and all your hauling needs.
Back here live with 39 seconds remaining. Holtville with a 3rd and long. The ball at the 35. Little razzle-dazzle. Halfback pass, number 7, Kai Estrada. Way back at the end zone, number 8. Touchdown, Holtville.
Braxton Buscaglia.
Wow, a little trick play there. Caught everybody back on their heels, and Holtville with a touchdown.
How much of a backbreaker is that as you take it in at halftime, finding yourself behind 22-7, and we're still waiting for the point after attempt. And as you said, don't let the receiver get behind you.
Well, you know something, that was the reverse pass, so the defensive back came up a few steps, and that's all it took for the receiver to come wide open. And you know what? You asked me how much of a backbreaker is that? Well, you know, there's been 2 big plays that Holtville has had. The one in the first quarter, was it the first or second quarter, that went like 70 yards because there was a player missing out there, and then this one off the trick play. But they've already shown that trick play in the past, so.
Well, it's called execution. You know, could have, would have, and should have.
Or all didn't.
So with 30 seconds remaining here in the first half, the Vikings surprise the Tigers on a trick play where the pass is thrown to Braxton Buscaglia, who got behind the defense, takes it to the house for another 6 points, extending the Viking lead to 22-7 as we await the point after attempt, which would most likely be a 2-point conversion.
Yeah, off that power offense.
Well, Armas comes into the game with 27 touchdowns on the ground and over 20 2-point successful conversions.
Well, I don't see that formation, Vic, the one they usually line up on for the extra point, the power where they line up those 2 guys in the backfield.
Timeout is called, and we'll be back with more in a minute on VSN.
Imperial County is an oasis in the desert, just being the only educational institution outside of San Diego State. Now all eyes are on us, and we want to make sure we hold that highest standard of excellence across our institution. We take it as our obligation to make sure that we educate and provide an opportunity for every single student. Okay, what programs do we need to do? What services do we need to provide? You know, where are some of our transfer portals that we need to make sure that we open up for our students? I have to give my all. And I encourage my teams, the campus community, hey, let's give it all, because these are our neighbors. These are the kids down the block. They're gonna be our doctors, they're gonna be our nurses, they're gonna be here. So how can we make sure that they have all the resources and the support they need to get there?
Imperial Valley College. We are IVC. For more, visit imperial.edu.
Back here live as the Vikings are going for the 2-point conversion. Cuevas and Armas in the backfield. And little pop pass to number 12, and he gets it. So the 2-point conversion is good to Andre Gonzalez, and the Vikings are up 24-7.
That looked like Wildcat out of there because it was number 4, Alonso Cuevas getting that pass off.
The quarterback.
Oh, he is the quarterback.
Yeah.
You know, I just saw Coach Shaw come up and pat that number 0 on the back, who's Kenneth Tirado. I think that's classy for him to come up and keep his spirits up, because Kenneth Tirado was eager to come down and defend the run and allowed that guy to come open.
Well, they all have roles to play. They have to play their position, you know, and sometimes they try to cover up to help out a teammate, and they leave their spot, and that's the spot that is exploited by the other team. And certainly that occurred right there with that touchdown pass on that trick play to Buscaglia.
Well, on defense, what you're doing is you're reading the position that you're supposed to read.
Armas with a deep kick out of bounds, and we'll take it at the 35. with 30 seconds remaining.
So the game plan of the Vikings on their special teams on their kickoffs is to keep the ball away from Gaxiola and Hellam. So they're going to re-kick.
They're going to re-kick. Well, they want to keep, like you said, they want to keep the ball away from Wessel and Gaxiola.
Or is that Wessel over there? With
Yeah,
you?
that's Wessel.
They're both wearing orange shoes. Okay.
So they're trying to hit that little empty spot there between the midmen and the guys that are deep.
You know, Ruben, when we were in high school in the 60s, we were issued black football shoes, and the equipment manager would tell us, take it or leave it, you know.
Yeah, I remember the equipment manager when I was there was Felipe Arce.
Yeah, he was there as well. He was there for about 40 years.
Great man.
He was like an uncle to everybody.
Yes, sir. Absolutely.
And it squibbed it.
TJ Reese.
TJ Reese.
Did he get down on one knee
I
like a
believe
shortstop
so. He was
fielding
down
that
there,
ball?
yes. He was down at 40.
So 1 second runs off the clock on that kick. 29 seconds remaining here in the second quarter. Imperial will have it, what, they can run 2 to 3 plays here?
Well, Imperial's going to get it in the second half. They're going to get the kickoff in the second half, so I wouldn't imagine Coach Shaw taking any unnecessary chances here. I think he's going to go back into the locker room, regroup, lick their wounds, and make the adjustments they need to put a stop on Holtville.
Put the ball in Wessel's hands and see what he can get, and then just let the clock run out.
1st and 10 from the 40. Wessel coming to the side here.
First down.
Fumbles. Fumbles at midfield. And
he's being called down. He's being called down by the fans, and he's not down.
I guess.
No, the referees went ahead
and that was number 43 for the Vikings, Fernando Yurem, along with number 23, Marcos Garcia. So after a first down run by Wessel, trying to get that extra yard, the ball was stripped, and the Vikings come up with it. The ball inside the 50-yard line.
And that's not what Coach Shaw wanted. He wanted to get the ball into Wessel's hands, pick up what he could, and get the ball in the second half. However,
so the referees, led by the white hat, Gene Martin, along with Michael Garcia, the umpire, head linesman Lloyd James, Randy Ross, the line judge, and John Robb, the back judge, they're conferring at midfield. Let's see what the call is from Gene Martin. You're sure they're not discussing the halftime menu, John?
Well, this is a difficult call, Vic.
Would it be a turning point in the ball game as the score is 24-7?
You got 20 seconds left in the half. It's a penalty.
Well, too many guys on illegal substitution.
So Imperial stays with it.
Wow.
Are they going to kick it again?
No, there was too many guys on the field, John. They had 12 guys.
Now you talked about Shaw.
They're going to move it up.
Overly cautious, conservative, or will he pull out all the stops and try to get a quick 6 here?
I imagine he's going to give it right back to Wessel. They don't appear to be taking
First
the knee.
and 10. There it is. Wessel gets a hole. Finds a lot of room on the side to the 30, inside the 30 to the 25.
And that takes 6 seconds off the clock to pick up that first down yardage. So the ball is now.
Well, let's talk about the block by Gio Robles. Gio Robles put out a great block out there to spring Wessel for an extra 10 yards.
Now, John, let's talk about the kicking game. Lucas Mora, does he have the leg to kick a field goal from this distance?
Oh, yeah, I would say he does.
So run it towards the center of the field.
Give it to Wessel.
There he
Wessel
goes,
finds another hole.
Okay.
And he'll take
First
it inside
down. Call timeout.
the 20 at the 17. And they got to call a timeout.
With
They
1
have any
second.
left?
There we go.
Okay, so they'll
Bring out the kicking unit. Number 66 for the Tigers. Going out to provide that blocking, that's Roosevelt Bell, only a sophomore.
Lucas Mora with a field goal attempt. The ball's at the 17. It'll be a 34.
He gave it to Shaw to bring it right down the middle of the field.
attempt. To bring it in within 2 scores. Snap set, and Lucas Mora with a 35-yard attempt. And he does it. He makes it good. So with no seconds left on the clock, 24-10. Holtville in the Desert Classic. And we'll be back with more in a minute on VSN.
Johnny's Burritos, serving the Imperial Valley since 1963, a Imperial Valley tradition, with locations in Brawley, Imperial, and El Centro. Wishing all these students this month going back to school a big welcome back.
Welcome to Kennedy's Carne, the premier destination for top quality meats since 1959. Located in El Centro and Yuma, Arizona, we are home to over 30 awards and specialize in carne asada, perfected over generations. With 2 locations to serve you, visit Kennedy Carnes today. Every cut, a masterpiece of quality.
Ahora es el momento para ahorrar en grande con las recompensas de energía de IID. Este octubre, IID duplicará su reembolso cuando haga el cambio a electrodomésticos que califiquen como aires acondicionados, termostatos inteligentes, lavadoras, secadoras y más. Las mejoras de eficiencia energética significan facturas más bajas y mayores ahorros. Actúe pronto. Esta oferta limitada solo está disponible del 1 al 31 de octubre para compras que califiquen realizadas en 2025. Aplique hoy en www.iid.com/rebates y duplique sus ahorros con IID.
Imperial Flying Service, taking care of the entire Imperial Valley with all your aviation fuel needs. Imperial Flying Service is a proud supporter of our U.S. military, the aviation community, and all Imperial Valley communities.
At Burgers and Beer, our customers are like family. Let's hear what a few of them have to say about us.
We're here at Burgers and Beer with the best burgers in town.
We get to sit together and enjoy the great food.
I like when Burgers and Beer is in the lemonade.
For the fresh iced tea, whether it's breakfast, lunch, or dinner.
This is wonderful, very fast, very efficient.
I love the great food and family environment.
I love the burgers and the customer service.
So come and see us and find out for yourself at Burgers and Beer.
You know what, Doc? Ever since I came back from my music tour, I've been feeling great.
Well, everything looks great. Your blood pressure's normal, your cholesterol's in check. Just need to check your lungs and we'll be done.
Oh, no need for that, Doc. Let me show you what I got.
Charles, I don't think...
So, what do you think, Doc? Still got the golden lungs, right?
Spice up your next cookout with Kennedy's Carne Seasonings. Bold flavor made right here in the Valley. We've got your grill covered. Order yours today at kennedyscarne.com. Taste the flavor. Kennedy's Carne style.
Welcome to the Dom Team Real Estate Company, your partners in navigating the Imperial Valley's real estate market. As the Valley has transformed, so have we, honing our expertise to ensure your real estate needs are met with unparalleled insight and dedication. Doug Dom is the broker and a fourth-generation Imperial Valley native. His 3 decades of farming experience and hard-working approach guarantee results in the purchasing and selling of agricultural land and commercial properties. Andrew Dom is one of our trusted realtors. His expertise in the sale of farmland and residential properties has earned the respect of his peers in the realtor community. Behind every smooth transaction is Marisa Kelly. With nearly 3 decades in the Valley and a background in title insurance, she ensures every detail is meticulously managed. Whether residential, commercial, or agricultural, we know the market. Contact the Dom Team Real Estate Company today.
Not sure. From the Chocolate Mountains to the Sea of Cortez, all along the border on a Friday night, it's exciting Imperial Valley League football. Tonight, ladies and gentlemen, the Desert Classic. After 2 outstanding quarters of play, the Holtville Vikings 24, and then a 37-yard field goal by Lucas Mora narrowed the margin to 10 for the Imperial Tigers. But tonight, we feature at halftime coaching legend Kerry Laguerra, not only in football, but basketball, and he had the Midas touch. Every team that he touched was always challenging for the league crown. Kerry, welcome to our show.
Thank you, Vic. I really appreciate it.
So, Kerry, you've coached with a lot of people, but tell us, what was it like when you graduated in 1972 from Central? Take us from there.
After that, I played a couple years out at IVC when IVC had football. And then after that IVC stint, I went and played at a Division III school in North Dakota for 3 years, and I played football there. And then my senior year, I ended up playing baseball, and I ended up starting in center field.
So tell us about some of the coaches that you played for. I understand one was the legendary Cal Jones. The second one was your father.
Yeah, that's correct. When I was in high school, I played for Cal. My junior year, we ended up going to the quarterfinals, I believe it was, in the CIF. That's back in the day when we were Southern section, and we played against Temple City, who was ranked #1 in the Southern section, and they beat us 10-0. And then after that, my senior year, my dad became the head coach as Cal moved on, and I played for my dad, and then I went and played at IVC, and the head coach out there at that time was Leon Kelso, and Max Fields was out there. The defensive coordinator was Murray, Coach Don Murray, and he was the one that really got me going defensively.
Oh, so that was your pride and joy then, or your niche in coaching. You like handling the defensive side of the ball.
Yeah, he's the one that really got me going. Because when I played at IVC my sophomore year, Bill Brown from Calexico was a good friend, but he broke his shoulder, his collarbone, and so I had to play at safety as well as start at the split end wide receiver there, and then I was a kick returner, punt returner, and I was our backup kicker. So.
Yeah, Billy Brown was an outstanding receiver at Calexico High School, catching passes from Johnny Montaño, who also played at IVC along with Sergio Lopez.
Yeah.
You know, they graduated from high school in '73, so you had to wait a year for them to come out and be your teammates.
That's correct, because Sergio, he came out my sophomore year, his freshman year, and he ended up starting at safety, and I started at the other safety.
So tell us some of the coaches that you worked with once you came back and into the teaching ranks and starting out here at local high schools in the Imperial Valley.
Yeah, I came back in 1984, and I coached at Calapat for 2 years, and Mike Swearingen was the head football coach here at Imperial at that time. And after my second year in Calapat, Mike recruited me to come down here, and I spent 33 years here in Imperial.
So what was it like, as not only as Mike Swearingen as a mentor and as a friend and a colleague?
Tremendous human being, you know. He coached with my dad at IVC, so I've known Mike for many, many, many moons. But he wasn't, you know, he was a great football coach, but I don't know if a lot of people know this, but he was an even better baseball coach. And I used to give him garbage about that all the time, that you should just stick to the baseball. But, you know, we were very good friends. He considered me, and I considered him. I have a brother that lives in Wyoming, but he was my brother here.
Well, you know, Mike Swearingen was instrumental in getting Vincent Memorial into the Desert League in the mid-'80s as we were increasing our male population enrollment, because Vincent was an all-girls Catholic high school until 1977. So we were able to field a baseball team in 1982, 3 teams in basketball, freshman, JV, and varsity. And it wasn't until 1999 that we started the football program. That was my last year at Vincent, and we were on the freshman JV level in the 99 season, the 2000 season, they went varsity, and then after that, you know, they've had a great launch into their football program over the past 25 years, culminating last night with a 49-14 victory over the Calexico Bulldogs in the battle for the border. You know, you were also an outstanding basketball coach. I coached against you, you know, the Imperial Tigers. Dennis Jacobelli had a long storied rivalry with the Imperial Tigers. One year we had Paulo Cesar Huanchope, an exchange student from Costa Rica. But you always adapted to the changes in basketball, implementing the three-point shot when it became available, fast breaking, running a secondary offense. You know, you weren't known just as a football coach. And as my opening commentary, you were outstanding at all levels and all sports of coaching.
Well, I really appreciate that, Vic. And I remember the days when we coached against each other when you were in Vincent. But, you know, you're talking about the instrumentalness of Mike. He was instrumental in a lot of things here in the Valley, you know, with this Football Hall of Fame. He helped get that going. But I also coached with Mike, not just here. We coached together when he got the head job back in Brawley. And then when he got the head job at Southwest, I went and helped him at Southwest as well. So we spent a lot of time together. And, you know, he surely missed, but, you know, his legacy, you said I have a legacy. It's nothing compared to what he's left in the Valley.
What kind of players came through your system that you were very memorable, going from Robert Thomas to Royce Freeman, but there were plenty of other players in between, before and after?
Yeah, you know, we tried here in Imperial, we tried to make it, you know, they talk about having some type of a family environment, and that's what we did, you know. There's no particular player that I would say was more memorable than the others, because anybody that plays here, they leave their own memories, you know, and they leave a memory in my heart and in my mind. So I'm not going to speak on just a couple individuals. I was blessed to have great players, and I was blessed to have a great coaching staff.
Now we talk about the Desert Classic being renewed here in the Imperial Valley League. The last time Holtville and Imperial were in the IVL was 1959. So here we are, both teams undefeated in league play. Imperial undefeated overall. Holtville with an 8-1 record, losing only to the unbeaten Mission Bay Buccaneers, the fourth game of the season. And anyway, what does this rivalry mean to you?
Well, you know, it's just like anything else. To me, it's another football game, because it's not about me, it's not about the coaches, it's about the players, you know. Once I'm long gone, which I have been for a few years now, I come out and just try to support them. But the game itself, it's a football game, it's a high school football game. I think there's a lot made of it because it's Holtville Imperial, but it's still high school kids playing football, or young men, excuse me, playing football against each other.
And what about the achievement or the accomplishment of both of them defeating Brawley and Central in the same season, let alone Calexico?
Yeah, I think, you know, that's a tremendous feat, because, you know, the powerhouses that have been in the Valley in the past have been Central, it's been Brawley, Imperial started climbing the ladder, and now Holtville's joined that ladder. So, you know, they're all at the top. But again, it's high school football. Anything can happen any given year.
Any closing comments you'd like to make to our viewing audience before we get ready for the second half?
No, I just want to thank you for having me, and it was a pleasure.
Well, we've been trying to get you on here for a long time, but many times you were always patrolling the sidelines. Kerry, thank you very much. I've always admired your career and your style.
I appreciate it. Thank you very much.
Ladies and gentlemen, Kerry Laguerre, the legendary coach for the Imperial Tigers, as well as other schools throughout the Valley, Calapat, Brawley, and the Southwest Eagles. We'll be back with more in a minute on VSN. Thank you, Kerry.
What you want to do after high school? The dual enrollment program at Imperial Valley College is here to help.
Our goal is to make sure that every single student in the county has the opportunity, one, to graduate from high school, and two, earn some college units, some college credits before they graduate from high school.
Dual enrollment helped me out to finish faster towards my career in life. You get a little taste of that college experience, of what to expect.
So even if you don't know what you want to do as a career, by taking college courses at our general education, you're able to explore Maybe you find a love, an interest, and a passion for business or psychology or history.
It starts with our high school students. If they get the chance to see college, experience college at an early age, research says they're more likely to, 1, attend college, and 2, graduate from college. And that's what we want.
Start exploring your future today with dual enrollment at Imperial Valley College. Apply for dual enrollment to find your passion today by talking to your high school counselor or visit www.imperial.edu/dual enrollment.
At Pioneer Memorial Hospital, we've been caring for our community for decades.
And at our Central Regional, we're committed to bringing specialized care closer to home.
Together, we're building a stronger healthcare network for every family in Imperial Valley.
Because when it comes to your health, we are all on the same team.
Imperial Valley Healthcare District, one team, healthier tomorrow.
You just have to get in the seat of the new John Deere Gator XUV. Not because it puts work in its place, but because all this versatility kinda just makes your day.
Buenas noticias para el Valle Imperial. 2 hospitales con gran historia se están uniendo. El Central Regional Medical Center y Pioneers Memorial Hospital ahora forman parte del nuevo Distrito de Salud del Valle Imperial. Esto significa que tú y tu familia ya cuentan con un sistema de salud más fuerte, con más servicios y mejor atención médica. Unidos construimos un futuro más saludable, accesible y humano. Distrito de Salud del Valle Imperial. Juntos somos más fuertes.
Well, we're back here. Thank Coach Carrie Laguerra, for that halftime interview, Vic. An outstanding coach and player back from the early 70s at IVC and Central High School.
Well, John, after 2 quarters of play, Ruben, 24-10. We'll ask for your thoughts after this kickoff by Armas, kicking off to start the second half.
And right in the hands of Anthony Hellum at the 20, and he's coming up the field here and takes it to about the 47. And with us tonight, we have Marco Peralta, a well-known Spanish language sportscaster, right? Tell us about it, Marco.
How's it going, John? Victor, it's been a pleasure just to see you guys again. And yes, fortunate enough to be the Spanish voice of the Angels. It's just finished my 2nd season, and now back home seeing this great high school football game in Imperial High School.
So what's your take after watching 2 quarters of play of an exciting Desert Classic?
Wessel with a handoff and brought down pretty hard that time.
Well, I'll mention to you, Vic, real quick, the fact that, Holtville, they came out fighting from the very beginning. Yes, Imperial came up on top first, the scoring of the game. But seeing Holtville, they're such a tough team, big linemen, and the quarterback is really a threat. And the fact that their wide receivers have been also a very, very important piece for them as well.
Tyson Abdullah on the last stop, allowing Wessel just 2 yards, 2nd and 8 from the 48.
Tone Ureña with the snap.
Right side and almost picked off, number 17, intended for Mario Gacciola.
So continue your thought, Marco.
Yeah, so like I mentioned, Imperial on their side of the ball, at the end of the first half, you saw the running game was getting back to where they wanted it to be, but the whole entire first half, the defense of Holtville definitely was on their pinpoints of just how they were blocking down the running lanes, getting some really good man coverage. So these guys it's been a fight. It's been a battle for sure.
And Ureña's kind of been a little off target in the first half. If he can start connecting here in the second half, they may be able to come back from this 14-point deficit.
3rd and 8 from the 48. Wessel right up the middle and brought down after he gains a few yards. crossing midfield.
Ruben, was that a face mask tackle or a jersey tackle?
Well, apparently it's a jersey tackle because it wasn't called a face mask.
No, Vic, something that I saw as a key to the game for Imperial is that passing game. We know that recently the passing game hasn't been where they want it to be, but knowing Santonio Ureña, he's a great quarterback, a very young, just a sophomore, but the fact that he's a kid that has so much to grow, so much to mature, but he has a great iron on him.
Gaxiola with a punt and line drive it. And they'll stop it before it gets to the end zone inside the 5 and pitting Holtville way back into their own territory.
That was number 3, the long snapper, Gio Robles, that hustled downfield after making that beautiful snap to the punter, Gayola, racing downfield and beating the ball inside the 5-yard line.
Perfect punt there, seeing how you want Holtville's offense to not get on a good rhythm to start the second half and just to get them at the 3 or 4 yard line. Imperial needs to really sharpen up their defense at this point.
So the Vikings will come out with number 4, Alonso Cuevas at quarterback, 53 completions for 1,400 yards and 11 touchdowns. He'll be joined in the backfield by Enrique Armas, who has over 2,100 yards rushing.
And Armas with the handoff. Goes to the left side.
Besides all those yardage accumulated by Armas, he has 27 touchdowns, Ruben. That's what counts.
Yes, it does. Big time.
And the quick pitch to number 12 coming down the far sideline. He could go all the way.
That's
50.
Andre Gonzalez.
The 30, the 50, and trying to catch up to him is number 0. Is that Tirado?
Kenneth Tirado. Wow, what a play by him. Stopped him at the 1 yard line, John.
Wow.
Well, what a play by Gonzalez to get them out of from their 6 yard line all the way down inside the 5 down to the 1.
Amazing.
So do the math, John.
I want to say 95, 94. There was, yeah.
I'll tell you what, Kenneth Tirado closed about 10, 15 yards on him.
Did you see him?
Oh,
it was like Secretariat,
Well, Gonzalez's legs seem to start tightening up, locking up there.
I mean,
they're not used to running more than 30-yard sprints.
He was up by about 5 lengths. Armas stutter steps and goes into the end zone. Touchdown.
Boy, he makes it look easy. He looks like you're playing
Holtville
against second graders in the front yard.
I'll tell you what, he could stop on a dime and turn and go, that kid, man.
Yeah, the fact that these two guys are a great, tremendous duo, it just shows the dominance, and Holtville has had this whole entire game, but at the same time, all season. When you have a quarterback like Cuevas, it reminds me a little bit of like the prime-time Russell Wilson with the Seahawks. The reason being that because he could run and he could throw at the same time. And he's small but super, super strong.
But the preparation of Jason Turner, the head coach, a former quarterback himself, and the play calling, that and the game plan that they set for every week. Cuevas is comfortable. They utilize his skill set, to the strength of his ability, and Armas, a great high school runner.
Armas with a 2-point. Does he take it in? Yes.
Untouched, John.
So with 9:39 remaining, Holtville extends their lead 32-10 over the hosting Imperial Tigers here at the Desert Classic.
Well, the Holtville coaching staff must have seen something. Made an adjustment at halftime and got that pitch out there wide.
That's what football is, making adjustments all the time. That's why you have a halftime, to be able to bring in your guys to see what's working, what's not working. And something that I noticed about Holtville that I have to give them so much credit is the fact that they don't have headsets to communicate within each other. So the headsets they have, they don't exist. So they communicate with each other verbally, and it takes a lot of trust, a lot of communication clearly between them to make sure that their plays and their game plan is executed the way they want it to.
It also seems like the coaches are coaching. They're not watching the game.
Mm-hmm.
They're watching their position and making sure that things are happening the way they planned them throughout the week.
Armas with the kickoff for the Vikings with 9:39 remaining, 32-10. Holtville in this Desert Classic 2025 on Halloween night. Going deep. Hallam will not return it, and it'll go back to the 20. So we've noticed a trophy out there. Do we want to talk about that?
Yeah, sure. So something that I don't know if you guys seen on the broadcast, but there's an actual physical trophy on the line today because of the the reality that we don't have an actual physical IVL title trophy. So I've been thinking about this for a couple years and keeping it hush hush between myself for a couple of months. And I thought today, you know what, we have to give these guys some type of title because to celebrate the culmination of their hard work and just their the honor of being an IVL champion.
And not only that, Holtville and Imperial last played together in the IVL in 1959.
Yeah, long time ago.
Wessel with a handoff and stopped there by number 44 for the Vikings. That's Max Ruiz, but not after he gains about 8 yards.
And real quick, when it comes to this title, it's meant to be passed on to other high schools. So once Holtville, if they win it, or Imperial makes a comeback, however this game ends, they can enjoy the trophy for a year, and then the next season they bring it back and see whoever is the IVL title for the next championship.
And I'm sure each high school has a trophy case and space for it, so that'll be front and center.
2nd and 2 from the 28. Santonio Ruiz to Gio Robles. And Gio will get a first down.
Gio, 6'5", 185 pounds, has received college interest from San Diego State among some other D1 schools. What's your impression?
So the thing about Gio is a tremendous wide receiver. He has the size, has the speed, and I'll keep telling you after this play.
Okay.
Vic.
Tone to Whistle, but tackled after he gets a yard.
As I was mentioning, Vic, when you see Gio Robles, he's a guy that has a quick speed off the line, so he can really get off some man-to-man coverage like night and day. So the fact that Gio has some interest in some D1 colleges is not a surprise to me. And these types of games, well, it also proves what type of player you are on the field and just to see how you manage it and see what type of character you have in these types of situations.
And cut from the same cloth is Mario Gayola, along with T.J. Reese, both outstanding receivers in their own right.
Wessel is stopped by number 6.
That's Tyson Abdullah,
after he
the
gets
defensive end.
Picks up 4 yards.
Abdullah came into the game, Ruben, with 30 tackles on the season. You liked him from the get-go as his play, they're anchoring that defensive line.
I sure did. And I'll tell you what, Tyson Abdullah's got all kinds of fire coming off that defensive end.
3rd and 4. Imperial. Play action. Ureña in trouble, but catching that pass, standing head and shoulders above everybody else is Gio Robles, but there's a flag right about midfield.
Well, Ruben, he utilized his 6'5" frame to go up the ladder there. An outstanding basketball player during the winter season, and making that reception, he was surrounded by 3 Vikings on defense, and all they could do was just look and wait for him to come down before they made the tackle.
Ineligible
Marco,
receiver downfield.
We were just talking about the talents of Gio Robles.
Yeah, that's what we saw, the 6'5" extension that he has. Big leaps, big reach. And you got to give credit to Santonio. You got out of that scramble about 3 or 4 guys going at him. He make that throw, but unfortunately that penalty pushed them back.
3rd and 9 from the 34. Ureña rolling right. Looking, stopped and sacked by number 86.
Andres de la Cruz, a junior, came into tonight's game, according to Max Preps, with 42 tackles, Ruben. That defensive front of the Vikings, really formidable and giving the offensive line of the Tigers everything they can handle.
Well, the Holtville defensive line has been putting pressure on Santonio. What is it, Santonio?
Santonio.
We call him Tone. We call him
Tone.
I just call him Ureña.
As long as not San Antonio.
High snap, and Mario Gacchiola with a good punt again, and it'll be returned, dropped. That's Carrillo coming this way, stutter stepping and breaking a tackle at the 40, midfield and out of bounds in Tiger territory, or Holtville territory rather, at the 48.
Excellent return by Carrillo. He seemed to run 50 yards to gain 10 as he was coming from the far side of the field, racing towards the near sideline here in front of the Imperial Tiger bench, and he just ran out of a lane or running room as the sideline was a defensive ally for the Tiger punt coverage team.
Looking to set up his blocks in front of him.
6.5 minutes remaining in the third quarter. 1st and 10, Holtville.
So, ladies and gentlemen, we've got Marco Peralta here to give us some color commentary after this play.
Discussion on the sideline, Vic.
Busy watching the cheerleaders do their somersaults. Getting dizzy there.
Oh, boy.
I got to hand it to Joe Apodaca. The halftime band was just outstanding.
Very spooky.
Yeah, very good.
Well, we also had an outstanding interview with Kerry Laguerre, featuring Kerry Laguerre, a longtime coaching legend here in the Imperial Valley, and in particular with the Imperial Tigers, and working as an employee, an esteemed employee of the Imperial School District.
You got to see with Coach Laguerre how his team that won consecutive IVL titles, obviously a big part of it is Royce Freeman, but I see similar things with this team about the ground and pound in the running game. Coach Shaw, I think, has the right tools. And this game, it's still reachable. It's still in the third quarter. You got a whole lot of football left to go. But if someone can make adjustments, it's the Imperial staff for sure, and we'll see what happens. Seems like there's still some discussions with the white hat, Gene Martin.
Yeah, he's
Vic.
I wonder what is going on.
Well, an outstanding officiating crew led by the white hat, Gene Martin. You have John Seaman and Alan Phillips at the bell game, featuring the Brawley Wildcats and the hosting Central Spartans.
Well, we got a timeout, and we'll be back with more in a minute on VSN.
Imperial Valley College is the #1 community college in the nation. Winner of the 2023 Aspen Prize for Community College Excellence.
Back here live, and it's 1st and 10 for Holtville at their own 47-yard line. Cuevas to Armas, left side, midfield, the 40, the 35, the 30, and out of bounds at the 25-yard line.
Well, it appears they picked up something off that left side at halftime, because it's the second time they pick up that big run out there.
And he gains 10, 20, almost 30 yards.
Before running out of bounds, avoiding contact.
And Armas again to the left side. Stopped there by number 13.
Here's like a quick comparison to see if you get it. For me, sometimes football is like boxing in a sense. When you're boxing someone and you have an open cut, what do you want to do? Keep hitting that open cut to make sure you bleed out your opponent. And if a football team sees an opening that is going to be even more damage, why change it? Keep attacking in that zone.
Good analogy, Marco.
Oh, the Hicayados.
Or as Ruben would say, you got to dance with who bring you.
Second down and 7 from the 23. Holtville.
5 minutes and 36 seconds remaining here in the third quarter.
A little pitch to Armas. And penalty flags and stopped there again by number 13. That's Gianni Robles. And it goes against the Vikings.
Yeah, Braden Terrell came up and almost ripped off a shoulder from that.
Who was it? It's going against Holtville?
Yes, it's going against Holtville. Number 22, Braden Terrell came and almost tore the arm off the defensive end on there.
So from a second and 7 at the 23, the ball is moved back to the 33.
10-yard penalty.
Still second down. 5:28 remaining in the third quarter. Holtville comfortably ahead, 32-10.
Fakes the dive to Armas and shoots it here to the near side to Kai Estrada.
Number 7.
I don't know if you saw, John, the fact that Holtville was already set and Gene was still explaining the foul and the penalty. They're locked in at this very moment, so they have everything in their favor at this point.
They weren't ready.
Well, they have a third down, about 17.
And is that Armas?
It sure is.
He's carrying people with him.
Wow.
How many vatos went with him?
17. Number 17 made the tackle for the Tigers as he was hanging on for dear life. That was Patrick Riley, a sophomore.
And
looked like trying to tackle a water buffalo.
Pounding. Gonna give it to him again. Left side. And this time it's number 6.
That's Adrian Cortez, and he made no doubt about that tackle. Cortez with 39 tackles on the season coming into the ball game.
And they're way down, it looks like at the 11-yard line.
Vic, I don't know if you've seen, but just how big number 71 of the offensive line for Holtville is. He's tremendously big. Do you know if he has any interest from any colleges at this point?
I haven't heard. In fact, last week when we did the Calexico Holtville game, the Armas and number 5, I asked him if he had any college interest, and he said not yet, but they were trying to put a highlight tape together so that they could maybe at a small college or an NAI school.
To the end zone, touchdown. No, almost to the 30-yard line.
Well, I was standing at the entrance at the Calexico game, and when those linemen walked in, my neck kind of got tweaked looking up at these guys. I mean, there were 6'5".
There's Armas, but penalty flags. He takes it across to the goal line. They'll bring it back. Yeah, I saw him last week at Calexico. He left tracks on the field. I thought it was Bigfoot.
There's a flag on the field.
You know, Holtville has a play where they pull them and they run an outside trap.
Well, that's the thing. Like, it's on the left side where he's at right now. Same thing.
Well, they brought him from the right to the left, and he just leveled this defensive end. Wow.
Well, they like to run behind the blocking of Ian Suarez and Max Guerrero. Another one of your favorite Maxes.
Max Guerrero. What number is that, Vic?
He's number 77. Number 71.
Touchdown.
Oh, there he's Max Hernandez.
So a penalty against the Tigers.
So we'll just refer to him as Max.
And
that's it. Supreme.
Another 6 for the Vikings. With 3:54 remaining in the third quarter, 38-10 as they try for the 2-point.
At the end of the third quarter, at the bell game, it's Central 17, Brawley 3.
And then you got Ron Rubio and Will Torres calling that game. And there goes Cuevas looking for a receiver. Got him.
Wow.
That's Kai Estrada.
And how they ran was a triple stick on that. Well, all 3 of them turned around and about 3 yards into the end zone and just waited.
So a 30-point lead here in the third quarter. Holtville over Imperial. And we'll be back with more in a minute on VSN. Back here live at Shimamoto-Simpson Stadium, where the Holtville Vikings have been exhibiting prowess in this football game. They're up 40-10 in the third quarter with 3:54 remaining. Kicking off now to the Tigers, and that's Armas. Squib it down the sideline. Hallam will pick it up. Oh, he's bobbling it. Bringing it out and it hit hard by number 19. That is Santiago Cerezo.
Wow. And he's the one that had that big interception return for about 90 yards, tackled at the 1-yard line.
Hey, but that's Holtville tradition. You know, they are a type of team that doesn't care what you think about them, what they say. They're going to come at you hard. They don't care what's going to happen.
Been very physical.
Very physical.
He just cannonballed right into it.
Yeah. Literally showing the strength of a Viking there.
Literally.
Well, you know, Jason Turner has really done an outstanding coaching job with his staff on this Holtville team. That they've had great success since the sophomore year of Armas and Cuevas and Carrillo, among others.
And there's Wesso with a handoff, finds a big hole, and he's going down the far sideline, the 30, 35, 40. He could go all the way, but
out of bounds.
He steps out of bounds.
After crossing midfield, it looked like he stepped out at the 45-yard line of Holtville.
Yeah, he opened up a little bit too much to the far side. He had open field, but the fact that he had a little bit of pressure behind him made him do a little bit of misdirection and caused him to go out of bounds. And just at least they're in the 50-yard line. It's a good thing for Imperial right now.
Well, it opens up the field for Ureña and the offensive coordinator under the tutelage of David Shaw, the head coach.
1st and 10 at midfield. Hallam with a jet sweep coming this way. Breaks a tackle and turns it up against the grain and just barreling his way up to the 44 of Holtville.
Something I'm seeing right now, guys, is that sometimes the Imperial Tigers, they run into their own players. You know, you can't be doing that. You know, it stops your offensive game, and you have to be aware where your teammates are at and make sure you make the change of direction to avoid those types of situations.
Making the tackle on that play was Jackson Urungaray.
2nd and 4 from the 44.
Number 21.
Santonio, Tone in the pocket, airing it out. Gio Robles is there. Caught at the 10-yard line. Gio Robles like a gazelle in the grassland.
Tackle made by cornerback number 23, Marcos Garcia, a junior. But the Tigers now deep in Viking territory.
Wesso coming this way, and he's still in bounds. Does he get there? He's pretty close to the goal line.
Touchdown.
Touchdown Imperial.
Man, doesn't Gio do a great job of using his body?
So the thing we saw that his speed is tremendous, but did you catch how that throw from Santonio was a little bit short? Gio was able to stop his feet, come back a little bit, and secure that football to get into the red zone. So it just speaks to how smart this guy is, knows the game, and he set up this team perfectly for this yard touchdown.
So we get set for the Lucas Mora point after attempt.
Snap set, and just like that, 17 points for the Tigers, 40-17. 2:39 remaining in the third quarter. We'll be back with more in a minute on VSN.
El Centro Motors has amazing specials for you. Get $1,500 cash back plus interest rates as low as 0.9% on the 2025 Explorer. Or if you prefer the F-150, get vehicle trade-in assistance plus rates as low as 0.9% on the new 2025 XLT and STX models. And don't forget, we have a great selection of Super Duty trucks. the best pickups to get the job done. And remember, if you don't come see us first, we can't save you any money. It's just that easy.
Back here live at Shimamoto-Simpson Stadium, where touchdown by Darren Wessel put another 6 on the board for the Tigers, and kicking off is Lucas Mora.
Well, John, what do you think? It's been a little bit of back and forth here in the third quarter, though the Tigers need to overcome that 14-point deficit that they were under after 2 quarters of play. And it's now 40-17.
Seems like there's an offside by Imperial on that kickoff. Started off a little bit too early.
Yep, so they're going to move it back 5 to the 35-yard line.
Well, a full house here, John and Ruben and Marco, certainly entertained by the exploits out on the gridiron.
So
a lot of good offense, a lot of good defense. Special teams play, Ruben.
It's very good.
The complete package.
That's what the Desert Classic is all about. Lucas Mora kicks it deep and into the end zone. It will not be returned.
Mora's kick rolls into the end zone. That's going to be a touchback.
So looking at the clock, guys, 2:39 left in the third quarter. Imperial's down by 23. What is the key here? Defense, getting stops. There's a whole fourth quarter, and as soon as you get possessions, play the offense that you know. We've seen right now that the passing game with Gio has been working. We saw on the last drive, and obviously Wesso had 2 big runs. Obviously the one that got them to the half field and then the touchdown. So Imperial, they have to be focused on defense to get stops the quickest way they can.
You know, Marco, they're only down 3 scores.
Exactly.
I mean,
There's still a lot of football left to play.
But Holtville's not going to lay down and let them walk over them. We got Cuevas out of the shotgun. Armas, I've been saying that all night. And there are Samuel Rubalcaba helping it on that one.
And the thing is that they always say, one of my good friends, Tim Salmon, 2002 World Series champion, tells me, it's not how you start, it's how you finish. So Imperial, you got to see how they finish, see how they're doing.
How do they respond to adversity?
Exactly.
That tackle was made by number 28, Landon Bernal, a senior.
In many instances, Imperials has chuckled at catastrophe, and they've come ahead. But tonight, they're down 40-17. Second and long. Armas, no, that's not us, number 12. That is Andre Gonzalez.
On the left.
So he'll pick up 7.
Daniel Alcala on the tackle for the Tigers.
A minute 40 remaining and counting in the third quarter. Got 13 and a half minutes.
The balance that the Holtville offense has seems to be keeping Imperial defense on their heels, you know, it almost like guessing.
Well, the fact that they're just treading little by little to the first down marker, that's the recipe for the success right now, keeping the offense on the field and running out the clock.
Fakes the dive, shoots it over, Kai Estrada, and hits his go-to on in the air. No, it's not, that's Galan Carrillo.
Wrestled down by number 18, TJ Reese.
And that's another big thing from Holtville, you know, that they get guys that are trying to tackle them down, but they're so strong and they're able to break tackles. What else do you want if you're a head coach? You want a guy that's going to be fighting, breaking tackles, and making little by little progress in every sense that you touch the football, you're carrying the football.
Well, you know, the impressive thing is the balanced attack, the running in between the tackles, off tackle, and the short passing game that's utilized by Cuevas to Carrillo and Estrada.
1st and 10 at the 40. Armas, and dropped there by Samuel Rubalcaba. And so
Rubalcaba came into the game, John, with 72 tackles on max preps. One of the leading tacklers in the Imperial Valley.
Armas gains 3 on the play. And 22 seconds remaining. Will they get the play off here at the end of the third quarter?
Into the ball game for the Tigers to man the defensive line, number 77, Ezra Favila.
And they're using the clock to their advantage. And they'll let the clock run out. And that's the end of the third quarter, 40-17. Holtville. And we'll be back with more in a minute on VSN.
Cattle Call Week is here, and Las Chabelas is a spot all weekend long. It all starts Friday, November 7th with La Cachimba live on the patio at 8 p.m. Saturday, keep it going after the parade with Pure Magic and Aron Rubalcaba. Then Sunday, wrap up the weekend at the Rodeo Tardeada with Richard Diaz and Los Continentales at 3 p.m. And don't miss the Sunday buffet. Breakfast 9 to 11:30. Lunch 11:30 to 3. Las Chabelas, 749 South Brawley Avenue. Celebrating Cattle Call the way Brawley does it best.
Back here live at Shimamoto-Simpson Stadium on the friendly confines of Imperial High School. 12 minutes to go, and the Holtville Vikings with a 2nd and 7 from the 42. Gonna try again. Cuevas out of the gun, decides to keep, and again, Samuel Rubalcaba there in the stop from his defensive end position, along with a big fella, number 71.
Larios, as he runs into a wall of Imperial Tiger defenders there in the middle of the field.
Not much of a gain for Armas.
That's going to give a 3rd down and 7.
So 3rd and 7, the ball at the 43-yard line of the Vikings. They're going right to left on your screen, heading southbound.
So Holtville in this 12 minutes left in this game. Run. Take time off the clock. Clock management.
It's just like Jose Alejos. Run, Forrest, run.
Well, they're going to throw it. And they find number 5, Armas, in the left flat.
Just shy of the 1st down.
And picks up 5.
But still in bounds. Keeps the clock rolling.
Right.
That football IQ, knowing what to do with the ball.
Exactly.
Number 13, Johnny Robles, the sophomore, with the tackle. So the Vikings in command here, Ruben, with 10:43 remaining in the 4th quarter. They lead 40-17. Your thoughts?
Well, you know what? I told you at the beginning of the game, I felt that Holtville was going to win this game. I just didn't think that they were going to come back and.
I thought I was the only guy that picked Holtville.
No, we were.
I dropped the Jackson
3.
on Imperial. And there's Armas. Oh, and he's coming this way. The 30, the 25, the 10, the 5, touchdown, Holtville. Did he get it?
He got it.
Yes. Unbelievable.
A 52-yard run.
Seems he was short.
Was he short? He raised the official raised his hands.
I didn't see an official raise their hands, but
well,
seems like they did. Yep. Okay.
So 46-17. And Holtville ranked 18th in the San Diego CIF section.
You know, they had a seesaw battle with the Central Spartans, and they won in the last seconds of the ball game, 32-27. Brawley, a convincing 35-7 victory, and then they blew out Calexico last week, 58-14.
And we got a rugby scrum, and he makes it. That was number 0 for the Vikings. That's Axel Gomez.
Did he get in?
We haven't seen a signal from the referees.
I think they're calling that they stopped his forward procedure.
With 2 minutes and 15 seconds remaining in the ball game, it's 24-3 Central.
24-3. How many minutes? 2 minutes?
2 minutes and 15 seconds.
Well, like you were saying, Vic, you know, Holtville played Central down to the last seconds. Imperial put it to Central.
It does seem that they didn't score that touchdown, you guys.
Well, they have 46 points on the board.
There must have been a penalty. Are they going to go for 2?
Maybe. Could be.
I did not see a flag.
Well,
I did see Gene making a signal. I don't know what that signal means, but he kept on going this way.
Well, Armas is their kicker, but he's also their 2-point specialist.
And they're a little further back, so they're going to go with a 2-point. Timeout. We'll be back with more in a minute on VSN.
Now's the best time to save big with IID's Energy Rewards. This October, IID will double your rebate when you upgrade to qualified appliances, air conditioners, smart thermostats, washers, dryers, and more. Energy-efficient upgrades mean lower bills and bigger savings. But hurry, this limited time offer is only available October 1st through the 31st for qualifying purchases made in 2025. Apply today at iid.com/rebates and double your savings with IID.
Celebrate the 2025 IVL Football Championship with a VSN Special Edition shirt featuring the Tigers and the Vikings. A must-have for every fan and supporter. Limited edition. Grab yours now at vsnsports.net/shop.
Back here live at Imperial High School, where Holtville will be trying for a 2-point conversion from the 8-yard line after a timeout. A little option, and a halfback pass goes incomplete and deflected. So that 2-point conversion
should be 46-17.
Yeah. There it is, 46-17.
Okay.
2-point conversion failed.
So 10-11 remaining in this football game.
The score will be Imperial 17, Holtville 46.
All right, so in this very moment, I got to say my goodbyes. Ruben, it was a pleasure to meet
Marco,
you.
nice to meet
Vic,
you.
Pleasure to
Okay.
see you again. John, as well. How it's going to happen after this game, if it stays the way it is, the intention is to grab the trophy, head over to the far side of the field, grab the Holtville Vikings football staff, and then hand over the title to the head coach, and that's what it's going to be the end of the score, and congratulate them on their success.
Hey, would it be more effective to have somebody carry the table for you and then put the trophy there in the midfield?
I heard that's what you're going to do for me. Thanks, guys. God bless you.
Thank
guys.
you.
Okay, thank you, Marco.
Marco, you're always welcome on the airwaves with us.
Muchas gracias. Bendiciones.
And continue the great work.
Gracias. Muchas gracias.
So Armas kicking off for Holtville with a 29-point lead here in the fourth quarter. Squibs it up the field and picked up by was that TJ Reese, number 18? TJ Reese takes it to the looks like almost midfield. Penalty flag.
Thrown in the direction of where?
Toward a flag on the field.
Oh, let's see.
Unsportsmanlike conduct, Holtville.
Call is unsportsmanlike conduct against the
Maybe a little taunting there, John?
Perhaps. So yardage will go towards Imperial.
Well, the Tiger faithful stunned right now, John.
Oh, yeah, well, this was unexpected.
Unexpected, and particularly 46-17. They expected the game to be tighter and much closer in the score.
What started off as a very raucous crowd, very loud, noisemakers, a lot of screaming, has almost been silented.
First and 10.
And that's what you want to do when you're the visiting team. Take the crowd out of the game.
Take the crowd out of the game, the 12th man.
Ball at the 36. Wessel with a handoff. Couldn't find anything, and he's brought down there by number 12.
For the Vikings.
That's Gonzalez. Andre
Oh,
Gonzalez.
John, I'm chomping at the bit.
What happened?
Where he couldn't find anywhere to go.
That's okay. The hole wasn't there, Vic.
Okay. But you don't want me to provide visual aids.
That's okay. You could think of a different metaphor. 2nd and 9. Tone over the middle. Gio Robles right there. And evading tacklers and taking it down the sideline. Touchdown, Imperial!
From the 35-yard line, John, as he just knifed his way through the defensive secondary, zigging and zagging, but a very, like you said, a gazelle.
Right, did you see that?
Gazelle.
That's all you got to do.
Sounds like
El Gutierrez.
El Gutierrez.
So an excellent pass reception by Gio Robles.
What a highlight.
Yards
there,
after the catch. And Lucas Mora with a point after.
You know, he caught the ball in traffic and weaved his way through.
And Lucas Mora, well, another perfect extra point. 46-24, 9:23 remaining.
Well, Gio cut the ball in stride there and never stopped. Right up the seam.
And that touchdown was brought to you by CR&R. Need reliable waste disposal. Our eco-friendly services keep our community clean and green. CR&R, the face of a greener generation. And by State Farm. Accidents happen, but with Marianne Valenzuela, you're covered. Get the protection you deserve. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. By Burgers and Beer. Come and try the old-fashioned burger. Bacon, caramel onions, and ice-cold beverages. That's Burgers and Beer. By Ivy Welding and Mechanical. Need expert welding and mechanical services? Call Ivy Welding. Precision in every spark. Now offering crane service. And by El Centro Motors. Head to El Centro Motors for the best deals in town. And by Arctic Air. And we'll get to Arctic Air after this kick by Lucas Mora. And onside it. And recovered by Imperial, number 56.
That was Sean Schontag, a senior, making that recovery. So there's still life on the Imperial side of the ball as they'll take over at the Viking 47-yard line. So, Ruben, how much special team time in practice do you work on for the onside kick?
Well, the truth is not as much as you should. Let's put it that way, because you focus on offense, you focus on defense, and most teams get 10, 15 minutes of special teams.
Usually on the day before the game?
Well, yeah, usually on the, yeah.
First and 10 from the 46. Imperial. Hueso finds a big hole to the right side and knocked out of bounds around the 40. And he'll gain about 6 yards.
More importantly, the clock stopped.
Was there another penalty flag on the play?
Gene Martin's picking it up as he signaled.
And Imperial fans aren't very happy.
Holding. First and 15 at midfield for Imperial. Trips to the left side. Empty backfield. Tone. Evading tacklers and stopped by number 43 and number 0 for the Vikings.
That was Fernando Yurin, number 43, and Axel Gomez. They both come in with over 50 tackles to their credit. Yurin with 57, Gomez with 62.
And Gio Robles was wide open up the seam again. They had a guy right up on him, and he just did a quick swim move. And
well, Ureña was flushed out of the pocket, so he didn't have time to look downfield to pick up Robles.
Second and 8 from the 44. Wessel finds a big hole and turns it up to the 40 and goes out of bounds, stopping the clock.
Did he get a first down on that run?
He's about a yard shy.
It'll be third and a short one.
Yeah, picked up about 4 to 5 yards. It'll be 2nd and 1. Trips left. Garciola split to the near side. Hueso with a handoff. will get the first down as he crosses the 35 to the 34. So a gain of 4 for Darren Wessel.
Well, the Tigers are down by 22, Ruben, with 8:20 remaining in the ball game. 3 scores plus a 2-point conversion.
Well, I always believe that you play until the final whistle, and you're always in the game until you give up.
That's good philosophy. Santonio, but hit hard by 86.
That's Andres de la Cruz, the defensive end, a junior. Last week's defensive player of the game for the Vikings against the Bulldogs on their 58-14 victory.
A loss of 9 yards. So the Tigers, 2nd and 18 with 7.5 and counting.
Those body hits have to take their toll during the course of the game, Ruben, on the quarterback.
Well, they definitely do.
Tone, the pass is deflected on the tip drill and not returned.
That was number 43, blitzing linebacker Fernando Urim with that deflection.
Well, I'll tell you what, that Imperial played right into Holtville's hands because they have to pass.
Well,
3rd and long.
And they're letting loose number 6, Tyson Abdullah, the defensive end, along with Andres de la Cruz, number 86. And they're wreaking havoc in the backfield of the Tigers.
3rd and 18.
Ruben, I've noticed that Holtville has a tendency for their defensive line to play from an upright position, a standing position, instead of being down on all fours or even a 3-point stance. What's your take on that?
Well, it takes away from the offensive blocking scheme.
In what manner?
In the manner that you don't know where the man's going to be. When you're in a 4-point stance, the lineman knows that you're there in the 3 technique or a 1 technique, so you know exactly what you want to do with them. But when they're moving in different directions, and he's not where he started, when the play goes off, it kind of throws you off balance a little bit.
3rd and 23 from the 47.
And timing is very important in the running game.
Well, not just that. The blocking is very important in the running game. So, and if they're not there to block, that means that they're somewhere where they shouldn't, where you don't want them to be.
TJ Reese in motion. Antonio going deep, looking for Gaxiola, overthrows him, and into the outside.
And it's been almost 3 quarters since we've seen Gaxiola's number called on a pass play. With 7:05 remaining here in the 4th quarter, the Vikings 46, the Tigers 24 in the renewal of the Desert Classic for the Imperial Valley League Football Championship. That'll be presented after the game by Marco
Peralta. 4th and 23.
It was such a pleasure to have Marco Peralta here, man. That guy knows what he's talking about.
He does.
That's an impressive looking trophy, John.
Yeah. And they're going for it on a 4th and 23. Intercepted, picked off on number 12, Gonzalez.
Andre Gonzalez.
Going down the far sideline. And does he get there? And he gets a touchdown, Holtville. Wow.
So the Vikings winning in all facets of the game, special teams, offense, defense. What say you, Ruben?
Well, I say that makes you unbeatable in this game. Once you control the game that way, it deflates the crowd and it deflates the sidelines in somewhat.
Did you call it back?
I guess there was a penalty there in the middle of the field.
So it didn't count?
Well, they get the ball anyways because it was 4th and 23.
It's going against Holtville.
They get another play. Making it 4th and 13. Holding.
So holding on the...
Oh, holding on the return.
So Well, Holtville gets the ball, but they don't get the touchdown. Armas. Stopped by number 18, TJ Reese.
You know, even when you think Armas is trapped in the backfield, he still manages to squeeze through for positive yardage. You know, he picked up 3 yards in that play.
Absolutely, I was about to bring that up. He just slithered through a little crack and picked up 4. I'll tell you what, Holtville is going to be a very tough team to beat down the road.
Well, they're really taking it to the Tigers tonight.
So given the way CIF is creating the divisions, John, where do you see Holtville at? Division 2 maybe?
Up low Division 1 maybe? I don't know. I mean, they're 18 today, and that is Armas with a handoff, finding a lot of room here to the near side, and stopped at the 40, inbounds.
Very smart slide there.
Penalty flag.
Keep the clock running.
Keep the clock running, absolutely.
You know, this is a stunner for Imperial because they met all challenges coming into IVL play. They beat Brawley on the road. They beat Central on the road, and thinking that all they had to do was get past Holtville to claim the Imperial Valley League Championship outright. And here, Holtville has stunned not only the audience, but the Tigers with a 46-24 lead with 5:52 remaining in the ball game.
And just like last week, Vic, you know, it was a great first quarter with Calexico. With Calexico just 2 points behind, 16-14. Same thing in this game. It was a great first quarter. I think the score was 8-7 at the end of the first quarter. And you're thinking, man, these guys are going down to power punches all the way to the end. And Holtville just pulled away.
Well, the Bulldogs at one time had a 14-8 lead in the first quarter, and then Holtville went unanswered with rolling up 49 points in that first half.
And there goes Armas all the way to the far sideline, breaking away. And he's at the 35, the 30, the 20, the 10, touchdown, Holtville.
From the 35-yard line, John, a 65-yard touchdown run by Armas with 5:20 remaining here in the fourth quarter. That could have sealed the deal.
I think it did seal the deal. That was just one simple, quick pitch to the outside.
Quick pitch, but boy, he was a highlight reel running that ball down the far sideline.
Like I said, he's a hell of a shifty runner. And what you want to do is you want to break down in front of him and make him stop his feet. Unfortunately, it's...
Well, it seemed like he had eyes in the back of his head as well as on the side of his helmet as he was able to... He runs with his head up so he can see the field. He has excellent field vision and the physical ability and talent to be able to navigate to any situation that he might encounter there as he's heading downfield.
And going for 2, up 52-24, Holtville.
He came into the ball game with over 2,100 rushing yards with 27 touchdowns thus far in the season.
And Armas with a handoff just finds a hole just like that and gets a 2-point conversion, 54-24. Back up with a 30-point lead.
John Central takes back the bell, 24-3 at Cal Jones Field.
And it looks like Holtville's going to take the IVL Championship trophy.
And bringing Imperial their first loss. With 5 minutes to go.
I guarantee you Imperial's going to be back next week.
Oh, yeah. Many of our teams will make playoffs with this new system.
Well, I got to tell you, John, you know, the IVL is a tough league.
Very tough.
You know, once you compare them to other leagues in the San Diego area.
Well, you know, you had the Holtville Vikings at 18. You had the Imperial Tigers at 16. Brawley at 37 and Central at 29.
And even Calexico, they're up there, aren't they?
I think 57.
57.
Yeah. I think they got 88 schools.
Yep.
Something. Maybe more. So Armas with a kickoff. Gaxiola and Hallam. squib the kick. And having trouble holding it, TJ Reese, but he'll down it at the 34.
You were talking about Murphy's Law yesterday, John.
Yes.
Do you think it applies in this game?
Well, scoring 24 points is not bad. I mean, but I think the domination was Holtville. You look at dominant football.
And like Vic says, they dominated the special teams, the offense and the defensive side of the ball.
Yeah.
And I'm looking around, and there's nobody at the concession stand. They seem to have closed up the windows. I was walking down there at halftime. I was going to get myself a pop. And before I could exit the stands, the Robleses came down, both Gilbert and Javier and David. And we had us a chat, and never got my pop.
You got your pop. Wessel fumbles a ball and falls on it. It was a confusion on the exchange.
Well, it looked like the quarterback wanted to pull it out. And sometimes your fullback tends to squeeze it a little bit too hard, and things like that happen. Gilbert and Javier and David were all talking about what they could do to help Calexico regain
the feeder program. We need a feeder program.
And that's what I told them. We need a feeder program. We need somebody out there.
Kind of like the organizations that are here in the other schools.
To recruit the lower levels and work with them on a volunteer basis.
Tone. Pumps. And finds some room, taking it up to a few yards. Does he get the first down? No, he gets to the original line of scrimmage.
He almost looked like Armas the way he was shifting around out there.
Keeps the ball on the play. He's ahead for about an 8-yard route.
Couldn't find an open man. But he's a good runner. He's a good runner.
We've seen a lot of good runners on this field. Royce Freeman, Brandon Wessel, and Enrique Armas is cut from the same cloth as well.
Yeah, and let's not take anything away from Little Wessel here, number 2.
3rd and 9 from the 35. Here in the fourth quarter. High snap. Antonio, TJ Reese. And did he have control of the ball?
Tackled by number 17, Asael Miranda, jarring the ball loose.
He had caught it for a split second. Then.
Yeah, Miranda with 47 tackles, a senior.
Hit him immediately.
And so Imperial will have to punt the ball away with 3:38 remaining. And Holtville up 54-24.
Every time Imperial came down offensively and scored, Holtville was able to respond.
Yes.
And they respond quickly and
efficiently.
And Mario Gaxiola with a punt. He'll get it, and Carrillo will return it from the 21 and goes out of bounds. Stopping the clock with 3:27.
I'm impressed with Gio Reese, the long snapper. Not only is he an outstanding wide receiver, but he snaps a bullet back to the punter, who's about 15 yards back, and then he's the first guy downfield on punt coverage.
He's hustling.
Well, he's hustling, but that's a complete package, a total football player.
The frustration is beginning to show on the Imperial sidelines and on the field. And there was a little extracurricular going on the field by an Imperial player, and they need to watch out because they do have a playoff game next week, and you don't want to be at home while your team's out there playing in the playoffs.
So 1st and 10 at the 35 for Holtville. Armas, they're going to keep grounding and pounding, and brought down from behind by number 56.
Number 56, that's quick, Ruben, give us.
Sean Shontag.
Sean Shontag, a senior.
But he'll gain. Armas will pick up 3, bring up a 2nd and 7. A little over 3 minutes remaining in this football game.
There'll be a little different wrinkle tonight, John. The coaches of both teams will be selecting their players of the game nominees, and VSN will have some of their sideline reporters there to record the acknowledgments.
Yeah, you can have players of the game this week.
We're not
7.
picking anybody.
Armas keeps it on the ground. Picks up maybe a yard.
Ladies and gentlemen, this broadcast is the sole property of VSN, the Valley Sports Network. Any reproduction or rebroadcast without the express written consent of the owners is strictly prohibited.
Well, even though we're not picking players of the game, I'd like to mention number 6 for Holtville, Tyson Abdullah, who was in the offensive backfield wreaking havoc.
Oh, he played for Holtville, yes. Well, he's played well.
Well is an understatement.
You know, so has Andres de la Cruz, Andre Gonzalez, Jackson Urangaray. It's been a collective effort.
Gonzalez with a pitch. Runs out of bounds and gets a first down at the 46. Stopping the clock with 1:47.
Gain is enough on the play for a Holtville first down.
So Holtville looking for their first IVL championship in years. Just coming into the IVL this year and dominating.
It's been since 1959, John.
But since they were in the IVL.
Right.
But not winning an IVL championship. Up until 2025 on Halloween night. The spirits have risen.
And we came dressed as YouTube commentators.
Yeah, right. Influencers.
Well, John, is there anywhere I could catch a bus here? 'Cause I'm parked about 4 blocks down the street. I got here a little late.
Well, we'll get you a shuttle.
You can lay down in the back of the truck cab.
Joe, but that guy's got those Disneyland shuttles that he shuttles the people out there. 123 and counting.
Well, victory formation?
Yeah, it's 2nd and 11. Looks like it is. And it looks like Holtville will be the IVL champions for 2025. I wouldn't have guessed it, Vic.
Vic called it.
And they're stoked, and they're going to be celebrating for a few days out in Holtville, walking 5 feet off the ground. Taking a knee, and that's how it goes. Congratulations to the Vikings. Congratulations to both teams on this championship game.
You know, it's nothing to be ashamed or embarrassed about. Imperial came in with a spotless 9-0 record, and it's been heartbreaking to suffer the loss here 54-24 on your home field to the eventual champions, the Holtville Vikings. Two outstanding coaching jobs by Holtville, Jason Turner, and Imperial's David Shaw, and their staffs have to be commended.
And you know, you've got to hand it to Holtville for dominating not only this game, but the previous 9 games, you know, with the exception of Mission Bay. But there, I mean, this is history in the making.
And we were here, John.
Right. And we'll be back with more in a minute on VSN.
Ojeda Industries is here to offer solutions with exceptional products and services for all your agricultural, industrial, and power transmission needs. It's Ojeda Industries, hydraulic repair service in Brawley at 1698 Jones Street. Call us at 760-623-7299.
For more than 60 years, the Holtville Athletic Club has financially supported youth sports and activities. By involving our youth in organizing and working at our fundraising events, we're teaching responsibility, teamwork, and character. Lessons that last a lifetime.
No cool? No problem. For over 29 years, Arctic Air has been keeping Imperial Valley cool. You've seen our orange vans around. Chances are your neighbor is already cool thanks to us. Call today to ask about our Comfort Club membership, and you'll never have to worry about your AC again. We're here for you 24/7.
So welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. A resounding 54-24 victory by the Holtville Vikings to take the Imperial Valley League Championship here at Shimamoto-Simpson Field over the defeated Imperial Tigers, suffering their first defeat of an exciting season, finishing up 9-1 in regular season play. But the Vikings raced to the IVL Championship in their first effort in the newly formed Imperial Valley League as they run the slate 4-0, defeating Central, Brawley, Calexico, and Imperial to claim the championship outright. And an outstanding tribute and coaching job by Jason Turner. Extremely outstanding play by the quarterback Alonso Cuevas and the talented running of Enrique Armas. They were the keys to the victory and the receiving of Vic Carrillo. And then that standout defense, Ruben. I'm spellbound and speechless.
Oh, that defense just flew all over the field all night long. I mean, being able to stop Darren Wessel is not any easy feat. You understand?
Guys, sorry to interrupt. I know you can't see, but Holtville just received the trophy that Marco Peralta was talking about.
And they're raising it up in the air right now. And congratulations out to the Holtville Vikings for playing an excellent football game, and well-deserved for the Holtville Vikings. First time in the IVL since 1959, and they win the championship.
Well, John, I think this is the first time we've, in announcing in our 31 years or 32, whatever it's been, and 4 years on VSN, the last game of the season involving two undefeated teams competing for the championship. And it was an exciting game to call, an exciting game to witness, and I want to extend my sincere appreciation to you, Ruben, for providing us with your excellent analysis from a coaching perspective. John Moreno with the play-by-play, Jose Alejos, Pancho Garcia, and Mario Camacho, along with Jose Alejos' son, Eduardo Alejos. But it's been a pleasure on this 2025 campaign.
Thank you, Vic, and I'm glad that you thanked everybody, all the staff, including Will Torres and Ron Rubio from our partners up in VSN North. It's been a great season. We hope to bring it to you live in the future.
You know, John, I want to thank you guys for giving me the opportunity to be close to football again. Yeah. You know, it's difficult when you get away from it.
Yeah, and then you and I, we've always talked football and talked, school and what have you. But I'm glad we got you on the air to get your coach's perspective and bring us up to speed with many facets of high school football. Any closing comments, Ruben? Any closing comments, Vic?
Well, I'm looking forward to next week and see how our Imperial Valley teams do in the playoffs.
Yeah.
I'm sure Holtville's going to have a bye.
Yeah, I'm sure they will. They're going to move up in the rankings, I'm sure, after beating Imperial. So we'd like to thank all our sponsors tonight that make this broadcast possible. The friendly people here and staff with Joe Apodaca and, of course, Diego Favila. Thank you. And all the Imperial faithful that come out and the Holtville faithful that come out on the visitor side. Thank you very much. And we're going to close it from the Chocolate Mountains to the Sea of Cortez, all along the border on a Friday night. This is VSN for Vic Carrillo, Ruben Castro. This is John Moreno saying good night. And the 2025 Halloween day or Halloween night is upon us. No trick-or-treating, Vic?
No trick-or-treating, John.
Good night, people.